Hello, folks, and hey, Bear. Welcome to the Nateland podcast. Today's episode of the Nateland podcast is brought to you by Viore Clothing, Athletic Greens, HelloFresh, and Rocket Money. I'm Nate Bargatze, sitting here with Brian Bates, Aaron Weber, and be Greg Warren in a second. But right now, he's staying here. John Augenstein, first guest of the Nateland podcast.
Wow.
Yeah.
Happy to be here, guys.
How's it feel?
It's good. It's good to be back.
Yeah.
He's already talked more than he did the first time.
Yeah.
Now he's too talkative. Yeah. Now we're like, all right, John, this is not your show.
Do you remember the topic?
TV.
Yeah, television.
Yeah. I'll never forget it.
Very early on, he's staying here for a couple days. He moved. He's in because people follow you. He's at the Corn Ferry Tour. It's going great. Mm-hmm. Just had a big top 10 finish, top 7.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty solid.
Yeah, good start to the year for sure.
Yeah. Standard athlete answer.
Yeah. Just want to thank God and want to thank
good start for the year. Yeah. Good start for the year. It's got it rolling.
Got to go out there every day and compete.
Yeah,
you know?
We're gonna have you where you come back.
Yeah.
We'll have you be a guest again. You feel you'd be better now?
I do. Yeah. I mean, I think the podcast has changed a lot since I was here.
You're still in college.
That's true.
Yeah.
How have we changed?
Well, we were still finding our footing, right? I mean,
I
did
think
an
found it.
episode.
I think he derailed it.
We did an episode called Television with a professional golfer. That was our first guest. So we were like, we didn't know what we were doing back then.
Yeah. I thought I was going to get invited for the Kentucky episode.
Yeah,
but
that's true.
That ship has sailed.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nate wasn't even here. We could have invited you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. They could have used you. Yeah, from Owensboro, Kentucky.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did good. It was when we first did it. That was a long time ago.
Yeah.
But you listen to the podcast and now you're in. You would get it. You'd feel comfortable.
I think so.
I think you're a little funnier than you were then.
Yeah. I was also trying to find what I was supposed to say on here. I remember being pretty nervous about it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be nervous. It's the same nervous if you have to go hit a golf ball.
Yeah, I mean, I've done a lot of like interviews, athlete interviews, where you just give like little answers.
Yes.
I haven't had a lot of, back and forth like this.
Have you had back and forth even since then? It's still not. Athletes don't really have to do the back and forth.
No, a little bit more. You kind of have some like get to know you segments kind of thing on like Corn Ferry or PGA Tour. Yeah. So you kind of have some of those questions, but not a lot. No.
Yeah. Yeah. I would think like athlete, you ever think like to spice an answer up? Like, you ever just want to?
Yeah. I got asked about the Super Bowl at our last event, and they were like, "What's your favorite thing?" And I thought I gave a pretty like funny answer. They didn't even put it on there. I was talking about like the excitement of gambling on, what's the coin toss going to be, the Gatorade shower, what are the coaches wearing, and
all the prop bets.
Yeah, they laughed even at it, and nothing.
Yeah, and what got put on? Just
my pick for the game.
Oh, who'd you pick?
Chiefs.
Oh,
Cha-ching.
Yeah, cha-ching.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. They should have. Was any other answer funny from the other golfers, or
no?
They were all just. Maybe serious. It was too much. Like, they didn't want it to be that involved.
Yeah, maybe.
I
don't know.
Yeah.
I got a message from a professional golfer after seeing my golf swing saying he could really help me out. Send him some videos and he can help me out. Jared Wolf.
Oh yeah,
Jared.
Yeah, he texted me about the podcast not too long ago, saying, I think he had either maybe unfortunately seen my episode, or something. Or maybe
what do you tell people when they go watch it?
Always, to start the episode after the one that we were. Yeah, it's a great podcast past 12.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
that's nice. I didn't know. I think I know Jared. I know Jared Wolf is.
Yeah,
I don't think I knew he listened to the podcast.
He lives down in Jacksonville. I don't know if y'all got linked up when you did a show there or not.
Yeah, maybe we did. There's a great chance I've met him. And then I'm saying this, but I don't know.
Well, he can fix Brian's swing, huh?
Where does he play now?
He said y'all are old
Corn Ferry
friends.
Tour.
Yeah.
Another guy, Josh Teeter, big listener to the podcast. He gave you that wedge.
He
sent me a video actually of Brian's swing the other day in Puerto Rico. He's playing the tour event last week, and he did a remake of your swing, brought the foot up late.
Oh, man.
Guys are just mocking me all over the world.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
It could become a trend.
It
That's
could be
awesome.
the Brian Bates.
Jason Day calls me left foot.
Yeah. Lift your foot up, Brian. All right. Well, I just wanted you're staying here, so I wanted you to pop in, say hello. We'll have you back on.
Yeah.
Because you feel, when you make the PGA Tour.
Yeah.
We can't be bringing Corn Ferry people on here. He goes,
What is this, amateur hour?
Yeah, what is this amateur hour? Seinfeld?
Yeah.
Remember that
there you
episode?
go.
Yeah.
TV.
What is this amateur hour?
Yeah.
What was that? What did
That was the Merv Griffin when
I know. Why did he say it?
like 2 animal acts.
Yeah.
What is this, amateur hour?
2 animal acts. Because what is this, amateur hour?
Yeah.
We're bringing back for Scandals and Animals.
We already did a Scandals
Yeah, we
and
already
Animals
did.
episode.
We do a second one,
Okay. Scandals and Animals Part 2.
part 2. We can do a part 2 Scandals and
Yeah.
Animals.
Sure.
Yeah.
There's plenty of scandals and animals.
And school. All right. All right.
Good. Good to see you,
All right,
man.
I'll see you in a
Thanks,
little
guys.
bit.
See you.
Take it easy.
We're going to switch them out.
We're trading one D1 All-American.
4-time All-American.
Yeah.
John Augenstein, Vanderbilt, to the original All-American.
The inaugural.
the
first
inaugural,
one.
the first All-American. Greg
Everybody's
Warren.
All-American.
Greg Warren, it said, All-American wrestler at Missouri.
Yeah.
How hard
Yeah.
was it then? Because Aaron pointed out there weren't many states past west of the Mississippi at that time.
Yeah.
It was easy, Bates.
Yeah, we
Just,
were-
you just sign up.
Was there only 48 states when you wrestled?
No.
Right. This was during Manifest Destiny,
Again,
right?
I-
We were still figuring things
I
out.
feel like you guys grossly misjudge my age on this podcast.
Yeah.
I
Well,
don't. You and I are the same age.
You talking above the microphone doesn't help.
Yeah. Is it coming in now?
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. It's 4-time All-American, 1-time All-American. Hey, that's
One time.
one,
Yeah.
but that's unbelievable though.
Yeah.
Something that I imagine so many people just have no idea that you were an All-American.
I try to tell everybody.
Yeah, I tell everybody.
Yeah.
I tell a lot of people because it's like that's so crazy.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, yeah. Two
All you need is
D1
one,
athletes right
and
there.
you're an All-American the rest of your life. Once, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was not like him. I was a not seeded wrestler coming in to the tournament my senior year. Just had sort of the tournament of my life, just had one match I should not have won.
Well, don't downplay
But
it.
no, you did good. It was the difference of age is John. He goes, oh, from Missouri, and then John goes, oh, it's both SEC, and we're like, no,
Nah, man.
no.
Wasn't SEC.
Yeah,
It wasn't even Big 12. It was Big 8. It was the Big 8. Yeah.
That's
a little
fun.
different. Yeah.
Oh, that's fun times.
That
All
guy
right.
sounded pretty good in here, man.
Huh?
He sounded pretty good in here.
Yeah. We had him. He was the first guest. Me and John come very close, and he's the first guest. But he was very nervous, and it was like we weren't. It wasn't. He listened to every episode now, and but it was just like not. I didn't get him the fairest shot.
I just like to
He
point
didn't
out
do bad, but it was like
last week's episode, you guys made fun of me for hanging out with teenagers in the 90s.
That's true.
Come on.
That's true. He's
Yeah.
like 24. Yeah.
You could be his dad.
Yeah, I could be his dad.
Yeah.
So
But yeah.
That's
But
a
I
good
think
point.
there's something. Does it not feel different if you're that big of an age gap versus, where it's a loose like freshman, sophomore in college?
so you're
back
trying to
to
spin
high
it like
school.
you're a mentor to him more than a
Could be a
friend.
mentor.
Yeah.
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 Could be a mentor.
If John wasn't an All-American golfer, would you want to hang out with him?
I would never know John.
He's a professional golfer, man.
He's a
Yeah.
professional golfer.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's nuts.
Those guys, the Corn Ferry Tour, I have got to meet a lot of them, and these guys grind it out, dude. It's like the road, like comics, where they do these tours. If they make the cut, they get a little money. If you don't make the cut, you don't get any money, and you have to pay for all your travel and all your everything. And tell you, the caddies, man, they don't get anything unless unless your guy becomes like giant. They have to pay for their own travel their own. I mean, they're all like in hotels together, which is just insane. Like it'll be like guys in their 40s, like sharing hotel rooms. Cause it's like, you're really just kind of going and crashing, but it's just like there's not this big money out there for that.
No, it's, I was telling you guys earlier, I read this book called Tales from the Q School by John Feinstein. It's all about sort of that. There was a Nike tour, I think, when he wrote that book, or it was what was the next, the .com tour or something.
Yeah.
But
web.com.
Yeah. But he was saying, he just basically followed all these guys that were sort of on the cusp of the PGA. And it reminded me a lot of comics. There's not a ton. Most of the comics I know.
Yeah. I feel like I might have that. This is I am in Europe right now, which I guess we'll get into that. We'll read the comments first.
Yeah, let's just go ahead and do that.
We can go ahead and start the comment part. Comments come from Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Apple Podcast reviews, and Nateland at natebargatze.com. Shane Brunhober.
Shane
Brunhuber. What would you say?
Cheyenne.
That's Cheyenne.
Cheyenne.
Yeah, capital of Wyoming.
Oh, yeah, Cheyenne. Cheyenne Brunhuber. Cheyenne. Nate said this podcast is just trying to be fun, and I really appreciate that. It's hard to find a podcast that isn't trying to teach you something or doesn't have politics on it. I just want a podcast that is lighthearted and funny, and that's exactly what I found in Nateland. Keep it up, gentlemen. There you go.
How about it?
That's great.
That's a line right there. We need to put that out. She can be your spokesperson.
Shane could?
Shane.
Gentleman is singular, though. I think she's just talking to you.
Oh, yeah.
Keep it up, gentlemen.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Master Craftster. Have we had him?
Feels like we have.
Yeah.
I am curious what the smallest crowd all of you have performed for. I was at a club in Peoria, Illinois once, and it was me and my wife and one other couple. The comedian still did a full set for 4 people. His opening joke was, "Please, nobody heckle. I don't want to kick out half the crowd." It's funny. Mine's 1 person.
That's going to be tough to beat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't beat 1.
I think I've done 2 people.
I've had plenty cancel just because nobody showed up.
Right. Right.
I don't know. It's single digits. I don't think I've ever had that small, but
I think regularly when I was in New York and doing Dangerfields during the week.
Yeah.
There was
2, 4. Yeah. I've done about as many 4 people shows you could do. I mean, they're in New York, you're just at the beginning, you're just in front of 4 people regularly.
Yeah.
And a lot of times you're just trying to keep it going to get more people in. But I mean, the whole, it's so much that it's not even, you don't even go, man, there's only 4 people. You just go, okay. And you go up.
There is something about New York, because I'd been doing comedy for a long time before I moved to New York. And then you do it in so many different weird scenarios in front of different crowds that I think I did like a Last Comic Standing audition after I'd been there for a few years. And it was really, you would have thought uncomfortable. There's no audience. It was like the producers are way in the back and you just do it. And I was like, this is amazingly comfortable because I've been doing these kinds of crazy things for the last 3 years. It's like, oh, this is
yeah. They're just tiny, man. It's just tiny rooms. I mean, I think I remember doing one gig where we had to get paid and like no one was there. So the guy that booked it, like he had to sit in the crowd and then maybe some of the people that worked there sat there. So it might have been like 6 people, but it was the people that are not supposed to even be in the show. They're a part of the show. They're putting on the show.
Yeah.
They were like, you gotta do it.
I remember back in Cincinnati when I was early in my career, I was living there and it was at Go Bananas, the comedy club. And I think we all knew the cutoff that they had it was like 9 or 8. If you don't have more than 8, there's no show. So there's like 4 people in there and we're like, I don't want to do a show for 8 people or it's going to be 9 at the most. So like the comics would, as people would walk in, the comics would be like, man, they canceled the show.
Just trying
so those people would turn around. Yeah, man, I can't believe it. No show,
Yeah.
Yeah. You realize y'all would have got 30 people. And had a great show. Yeah. I mean, that's the crazy. 30 is like an awesome show.
Oh,
Yeah.
At 30, I remember when I was living in LA, and that was when early on. So, I did probably how you started in New York. You're doing a lot of shows for just comics.
Yeah.
And I'd come home And, there'd be 30 people at the open mic in St. Louis and 30 paying people that were want to see comedy. And I was like, this is like doing a theater, man.
Yeah.
I have no tolerance anymore for like the open micers. Like, man, there's nobody in there. I'm like, dude, there's 20 people in there. Move to LA or New York, and that'll be the greatest show in 3 years that you do.
Yeah.
Man, you'll kill for this audience.
Oh,
man.
20. I would travel for it.
Yeah.
20. Yeah, if you went, that was the best, is like going sometimes on the road, New York, and then you go do some spots like in a town, and then they're like, oh, it's light, and you're like, it's 20 people, and you're like,
this is electric.
You go, dude, I might light me because I might go along. Matt B. I wonder if Nate knows that Hello World is the first thing that every computer programmer ever learns how to program.
Yeah, did you know that?
No.
So this is a good example. This is like the most basic piece of JavaScript you learn how to write. You just run it, boom, hello world. That's how everybody's taught.
Oh, really?
I thought maybe your title was an homage to that programming.
Yeah, it is.
Tiger Woods.
I'm a Java. So you have to write document.write, and you have to do all that stuff?
To get it to, for hello world to be the output.
You think they ever would just have you where you don't have to do that?
I don't even know what any of this means. I thought this was from Star Wars.
You ever took a computer programming class?
No.
No, I don't.
I think I took basic and
when?
Yeah, but those were
When
beads
did
where
you-
we
yeah.
literally.
with a Commodore 64 or
You talking
whatever.
about a typewriter class?
No, it was a
Greg,
Commodore
when did
64.
when did you take a computer?
I did take typing.
Greg,
Yeah.
when
Oh,
did
yeah.
you? Yeah, I took
Computer was
typing.
the size of this room. When
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they're again, man.
What are you talking about?
I'm not
Greg.
I'm not
Greg's
80.
lying. He's lying on the podcast. Oh, I took a computer class. What? In the Big 8, they had computers. Yeah. But so you see, you have a screen, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this screen makes it say that screen. And so what if they just said, well, we're just combine them, and you don't have to do that whole document dot all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Because you write document dot write parentheses, then hello world. That's what you do. Or you do the hello world program, and then it just says hello world. You're like, couldn't you talk to the computer and go, well, I'm gonna just type in hello world the first time?
But that's what that language is doing.
Yeah, but why
it's
did
telling it what to output. You can also, it's not always going to be write hello world. There could be variables in there that are going to be dictated by other things. This is just a very simple example of it. But yeah, for this, it would be silly to write JavaScript just so you could have hello world printed on there.
Teaching you the technique.
Yeah, it's just teaching you.
No, why at the top right there's an interactive Python course. It feels like something Nate could take and maybe be interested in.
What's the node part?
Python's a language.
You don't
too.
want to take a Python class. Man.
Yeah.
It's dangerous.
What's the node part? Man, I don't know computers at all this way. It's I don't understand any of this stuff.
So I guess the answer is no. Nate did not know that. Matt B.
Yeah. Long story short, why don't they just avoid all that stuff?
Yeah.
Matthew Welch. My wife was 39 weeks pregnant and really wanted the baby to come. I put on Nate's new special, and after belly laughing through the whole thing, she not only went into labor, but had our new baby girl in less than 3 hours. I guess laughter is the best medicine.
Wow.
Boom.
Wow.
That's awesome.
I'll tell you what, that makes me very proud, very happy. Because you always hear people in the crowd be pregnant, and they're like, maybe, but I feel like it's never happened. And now,
Look at that.
Now it happened.
That is a thing, though.
Yeah, because laughing is it's just, I think it's gets you going, I guess.
Involuntary.
It's like running over
Jars
speed
it
bumps
loose.
or gravel roads. I know some women do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that not a real thing?
Well, in Alabama, probably. But,
Laura.
yeah, that's what we did. Yeah. Yeah, but that makes me very happy. Because it was... Yeah, we laughed. They say, because people can go to something and that kind of gets it going. And so, man,
That's great.
3 hours. I mean,
Yeah.
it was.
What'd they name the kid?
Special was good. Hello world.
JavaScript.
JavaScript./Welch.
Node.
Welch. Ryan Goodrum. Do you think you've become a better comedian since the podcast started? Yeah, I guess. I guess you come talk. I don't know. To me, it still feels very two different things. But it's like you're having to be funny a lot more. I don't want to I don't want to cross over into that where you're doing the podcast and it sounds like, if you come to a live show, it's like, well, we're just watching a 1 hour podcast episode.
Mhm.
So I'm trying not to do that. I think it's helped for sure, though.
Dusty said last week that it helped him on Bob and Tom. He said it was the best he'd ever had because interacting with a bunch of different people.
Yeah.
It helps your timing.
It helps the timing with that. I feel like I can go on. I don't think I'm the best guest on people's podcast because I either want to be in control or it's like I just want to sit. I get interviewed a lot though. People ask because I'll get people like get tired of talking comedy or something, and I get like comments, and you're like, dude, I don't know what to tell you. I'm getting asked about my comedy,
Right?
So unless you want me, trust me, I don't want to. Like when you go to podcasts, I would not that I don't mind if it's a. We're like really getting into the depths of comedy or whatever. I enjoy. I enjoy talking about it.
Mhm.
But when an audience is listening, you're like, yeah, I can't imagine they want to hear just super inside comedy talk or whatever. I like it. I know some people like it, but most you're like, yeah, I'd rather just go talk about whatever and be funny. That's more fun.
I forgot to mention last week's episode, you were on James Corden with Jamie Lee Curtis. We haven't talked about this. I felt like as a viewer, she was a tough guest to be on with because she was so comfortable with him and so just, it's almost like we've all been at a party or somewhere where two friends are so close and you're just the third person there. I think you did great with her. I just put myself in your shoes. I think that would be hard. I don't know how you felt.
Yeah.
We haven't talked about it.
When I was on James Corden, I did Adam Carolla and Whitney Cummings' podcast before that. So Whitney's went long and we were running late. So when I got there, I've been in that, when I walk out on that stage, I've been there 10 minutes, maybe.
Wow.
And so, which was kind of fun because not that I meant to do it that way. It just, with LA traffic and you're run blah, 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 whatever. And so we got running behind. And then, I walk in and it's like, I'm 10 minutes. I'm just, within even less than that would be that I'd done that door thing.
That went great, I thought.
Yeah.
The knocking on the door, check in.
That was funny.
Yeah.
Like Ian Carmel.
He had a good bit with it,
Yeah. Because you don't know what to do. And then that you just kind of go out. Then I was like, I was going to go try to pee real fast. And they're like, yeah, you can go pee. And I'm walking out, but then Jamie Lee Curtis is standing there, and you're like, oh, y'all would be waiting for me. And I was like, why? I was like, oh, I'm fine. Because I was like, I wouldn't be able to pee even knowing that Jamie Lee Curtis and this whole show is waiting on me.
Yeah. Got a CPAP hooked up to you?
Yeah. Oh, it would have been brutal. Yeah. So, but then they just introduce you. Then you're just sitting out there, and then Jamie's been on that show a bunch, and like him and her have a great relationship, and they did off the show. I knew they were going to do something, so I was just trying to just kind of sit there and just kind of be out of try to lean away from them hugging or I don't want to take. They have a real moment and stuff. This is my first time on the show. And so, but Corden did really good, bringing me into it.
He kept including you.
And she touched me a lot.
Yeah, she did.
She kept grabbing your knee.
But I feel like that was because she knew she was talking a lot. It's actually probably a pretty pro move to be like, I'm still involved in this instead of just straight up acting. So that was actually pretty nice to at least she's trying to have me be in it. But yeah, I don't, when you're on there and you're it's Jamie Lee Curtis and you're like, I'm just a dude. You really feel like a dude with they're so famous.
Yeah.
And then, but yeah, it ended up being fun. And Corden was the most nice afterwards. He was, said he's been a big fan for a long time. I talked to him a lot kind of after. And that was very cool. He seemed like a really nice guy.
That's great.
So yeah, the whole thing was great. That, but yeah, it's been a lot of press. Man, I like doing the press, but I could see just getting to the point. You're if you can be like Sandler, where you're you just don't do it.
Yeah.
Let it ride.
And he does it now. It would be so great because it can be a lot. I don't mind it, but it's a lot when you jam so much of it. That was we found out about that. That's how crazy where my schedule can get. I was supposed to be home Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then we went to. I was in wherever I was at, Baton Rouge, and we were waking up to do the podcast here that Monday. And then that Thursday, I think, they were like, you got to go do Corden. And then it was like, all right, do I go do it or not? Like, and it's, it's like the special is doing really good. And it's like, we're getting asked for all this press, and like that's never really happened before. So it's like, you kind of got to go jump on it and go do it.
Yeah.
So they were like, all right. And so I was like, all right, I guess I got to do it. So we drove here, woke up at the house at 10, did a podcast, and then I went straight to the airport, and then did Corden, did all those. That Tuesday was from 9 a.m. to we got done at like 7 p.m. And then I had Harper's career day the next day. And then so I talked about going to career day. I went and then got there because it was like I just missed. I don't know. I might have talked about this, but like I've just not that I've missed so much stuff, but I've missed enough stuff. And this is her last year. Like I've gone to a daddy-daughter dance. I think I've only been to one. I've always ended up missing. Harper does very, very good with all that stuff. And but it was like this career. I was like I wasn't going to miss that career. I was like I can't miss this.
What's career day?
It's what it is, and it's I don't even know how to describe it.
I could guess. You mean you go talk about your career?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You
Their
didn't have career day?
You talk about their career?
Yeah.
Well, now that you put it like that.
I go. Did you never have career day growing up?
I don't think so.
You would kill now though, because you could bring snacks from
Oh yeah, you would be fun.
Jif
yeah.
and
Yeah.
That would have been.
Y'all didn't have career day back then? They just knew y'all were going to the farm or something like that? Y'all already had jobs. I feel like, but dude, a lot of kids, when I went to Coopertown, Robertson County, but I mean, it'd be, Lee and Morgan talked about it, like it'd be tobacco season. You're a kid in school, you're working your farm.
Really?
Yeah, like so kids would, like even, especially the high school kids, the older kids, they would miss a lot of school when it was like tobacco because you're like they have to go work. Their parents are like, you got to come work the farm. And remember, my dad would get homework, and sometimes you could tell the parents that did the homework because it'd be wrong.
Yeah.
And so the parents would have done the homework just for the kids. The mom might have done the homework just because the kid had to go out there with it and work in the farm.
I had a bit about that on at a special a while back about farming, where I was like what these. Have you ever heard a farm kid talk about their chores? You know, like when I was a kid, if I said I was going to do my chores, I was going to roll the garbage cans down the driveway.
Yeah.
And if I didn't do my chores, I got grounded. If a farm kid doesn't do their chores, the bank forecloses on the family. It's like the consequences are a little bit higher. A little bit more serious over there.
Yeah, that's funny.
But yeah, they're like the kids are an integral part of the labor.
Yeah.
How does that get around labor laws?
I don't know. You're trying to ruin mom and pop businesses now. Government's listening to this podcast and they go, we ain't ever thought about that. All these kids working. I think you're working for your family. You're doing a family.
Independent contractor.
Yeah.
I guess family restaurants probably the same thing. But
those kids ain't
but tobacco farming is hard, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. No, it's tough. Y'all didn't have a career day though? You never so we go, so this one I think I remember them coming in just talk about like maybe if someone goes in front of the class and says, I'm a fireman or I'm this. This one we sit at tables and there's a bunch of parents. So the kids line up and they come down and you have like, I had on the phone, we had this podcast just playing. And then I had Laura go with me. I'm making her go to everything now. And then, so Laura was with me as a producer on the podcast and just talking and telling kids. And the kids just asked me about school and, like, what schooling do you need? Which I'm doing that as a joke. Where I'm like, not much. But it's. Did
you give away any?
Yeah, we actually gave away hats. So it's like.
Was that a big hit?
It was a big hit. Harper told me we were the second. The first one was a guy at my table, and he worked for Amazon, and he gave away these little Amazon trucks.
That's pretty
and so
cool.
Harper was like, I mean, that guy, because I was like, what's the kids saying about the prizes? And she'll just tell, they just tell you. She's like, well, yours was second. The trucks were first. And I was like, all right, that's
what would have been number one?
What?
Viore.
Ooh. Viore would have been number one. Get yourself some of the most comfortable and versatile clothing on the planet at viore.com/Nate.
Smooth.
That's
Man.
good.
That's a professional
He's good.
type stuff right there.
Yep.
The whole podcast crew, we love the Viore. I'm wearing it right now. This is my favorite jacket. Probably my favorite jacket I've ever owned. I love it. I have this one and a camouflage one that I might have left somewhere, and that I think about it every day. But it's I'm a jacket guy. This is a light jacket. This is I got the core shorts. I've been running too. Running, and I run with the core shorts, and they're awesome. Laura was the performance jogger. She was wearing them today and yesterday, and probably tomorrow. That's how much she wears. But Viore's great. Viore's a new outlook on performance apparel, perfect if you're sick and tired of traditional old workout gear. Viore is an investment in your happiness. For our listeners, they are offering 20% off your first purchase. Get yourself some of the most comfortable and versatile clothing on the planet at viore.com/Nate. That's VUORI.com/Nate. Not only will you receive 20% off your first purchase, but enjoy free shipping on any U.S. orders over $75 and free returns. Go to viore.com/Nate and discover the versatility of Viore clothing. I have this jacket. I wear it literally every day. I've started running. I'm giving it a go. This is in shape. I don't feel like I think I'm losing weight. I feel like I'm losing weight. My weight is not going down right now.
Yeah.
I'm having trouble, and I don't know if it's my eating it's good, and then it's like I'm worried if I go over it a little bit. But I started doing like a half marathon training thing.
Oh yeah.
Not to really run. I don't know if I'm going to run one, but
Well, a lot of people congratulate you on because you've already mentioned that. Good for you, Nate, running this half marathon. So
oh, they did.
Yeah,
you're
in.
in it now,
Oh, I am running it.
Supposedly
Well-
you can run
according to the people.
Yeah.
3 times at what you train at.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
So if you're running,
Well, yeah, I got to
regularly
look up and
4
see where there'd be a half marathon.
0 times 3 is 0.
Nashville has one.
Nashville has a half marathon?
Yeah.
I'll see. I mean, I got to see the date. I always sometimes think, I don't know if I care about the marathon. Like, I'd like to be able to run a half marathon on my own, but like do my own like thing. But I mean, like, just pick 13 miles somewhere.
No,
that's-
man,
around the
get the
neighborhood.
T-shirt and go out there. It's
Yeah.
fun.
I don't know if that motivates me then. I think being able to run, I'd like to be able to just be like, I got from here to, somewhere very far, like from here. 13
McDonald's.
miles away.
Yeah.
McDonald's. I'd
Yeah.
run 2 at McDonald's. We ran 6 miles, almost 6 miles the other day. When you do the training, it's like 4-minute run, then 2-minute walk, and then it's back and forth. Then eventually it just gets to like 4-minute run, 1-minute walk.
What kind of shoes you running with?
I just have Nike right now, but they're good running shoes.
Real
I guess.
cushiony.
Yeah. I just running, man. I always thought I would like running the most, and I never did it. And I've started doing it now, and it's like how hectic everything gets and busy. It's just it feels like once I run, I'm running from everything that's like the chaos
Yeah.
is like you're just running from it. And
Yeah.
you just feel like you're just in your own world and you're just out there, and it's been really great. It really has been great. And I want to get in shape. I want to get in I want to be real. I want to be skinny and like all that stuff. I've never done it. And so I want to do it. And I got to do it now before I get to,
Yeah, I know. You
other ages.
you ever think of a premise running?
Some of it you're focusing on the breathing so much. That's the thing, is like all of it kind of goes away.
Yeah.
So I can think of like if I have a joke, because I was even thinking, because I have a couple joke ideas that I was going to do. I'm going to Zany's, which this is coming 2 weeks out to do the new material night.
Yeah. I'm going too.
Yeah. So it's like I'll just, for me, I just like, if I have a little thing, then I just kind of run it in my head and like kind of just think about how I'm going to get into it.
When I was running pretty hard for a while in my, 30s and maybe a little bit in my 40s, but I would get to a certain point almost towards the end of the run, and I just get one of those pretty regularly get one of those like insights, like, oh, that's a thing, man. You know, I gotta remember that. That's because your mind is so preoccupied with something else, with the pain of running, or like I got to get through this, and then you just have that. You're not thinking, you know.
Yeah. You kind of just get. Yeah. You're kind of just in your own. Yeah, and I like the walking, like the running and the walking, because it's like then you walk and then you like catch your breath and you're out, and then it's like, all right, got to go again, and then you just go and it's like, how far can you get removed of not thinking about the time and stuff like that?
My dad was a coach, man, so there was no walking.
Is he in the room? Is that why you're whispering? Are you afraid that he's listening?
He's gonna hear me talking about walking.
Yeah.
No, but I remember when I was a kid, like that was just the rule. Like you don't walk. You don't walk.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You can't walk. I remember seeing people like in these runs or whatever, and they'd be walking. I'd be like, yeah, these people are like.
And now you have a joke about going on your walk.
I did have it. Yeah. I walk a lot now. It's pathetic.
Yeah.
It's really. I feel like such a.
Let your dad down.
Yeah, let everybody down.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Somebody called it. That's the joke, I think. My neighbor asked me if I was going on my walk. I'm like, my walk? Like, that's like, you know, come on, man. That's my walk.
Ryan Oglesby. Ryan Oglesby. I was wondering if you guys would be able to complete the 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon, starting with Nate.
I can see Aaron's the wheels are turning here.
I can do it easily.
Yeah,
I can do it too.
Way less than 6.
All right,
really?
Go ahead. I got one too.
Nate played golf with Mark Wahlberg.
Well, I was going to say it's something you got to be in.
He was in. It was photographed.
Okay,
I saw it.
That's fine.
Oh, is that how you do it? It's not about knowing the person.
Oh, you can do
Well,
it
it used to be
however
what you were
want.
in a picture with.
Yeah.
I would say played golf with Mark Wahlberg. Mark Wahlberg was in Entourage.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin Pollak was in Entourage. Kevin Pollak was in A Few Good Men with Kevin Bacon.
Oh yeah, man.
So I don't know if that one. That's a little bit stretching it.
Is it like no?
stretching
Yeah, if it's no.
They weren't even in the same episode together. Entourage.
That's true. Okay, they got to be on screen
together.
Let me do it the correct way.
Okay.
Because I've already done it for all of you guys.
Okay.
You were on episode of Marin.
Yeah.
Marin was in Joker with Robert De Niro. Robert De Niro was in Sleepers with Kevin Bacon.
Okay.
And they have to be on the same screen.
Yeah, were in the same scene?
Well, I don't know about the same scene, but they have at least be in the same movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't see how that's any different than being in different episodes.
What was De Niro in Sleepers?
I'm sorry?
What was De Niro in Sleepers?
I don't know.
One that was asleep.
Yeah.
His character's name.
One of the main sleepers.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean,
it was
that's okay.
It was a CPAP movie. It was a movie about CPAP.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the real way to do Kevin Bacon movies is actor. It's got to even be movies. But,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you were in a movie, right, with Henry Phillips?
Yeah.
You had to think about it. You've been in so many movies. I think I did one with Henry.
It was a long time ago. Yeah, I was in Henry's movie.
Was it Punching the Clown?
Yeah. I was in the second one.
Punching Henry?
Yeah.
Punching Henry.
They're both very, very funny.
Really
very
funny.
funny.
Yeah.
J.K. Simmons was in that movie.
Man.
Wow.
Yeah.
He was in Whiplash with Miles Teller. Miles Teller was in Top Gun Maverick with Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise was in A Few Good Men with Kevin Bacon.
Wow.
That's right, man.
That's well done.
That's amazing.
That's well
You can
done.
do Aaron?
I can do all of us.
Yeah.
Aaron and I were a little tougher.
Yeah.
I did Sprung with Greg Garcia. Greg Garcia was mentioned in an episode of Entourage.
Yeah.
Kevin Pollak was on Entourage. Kevin Bacon. Yeah.
Ours are together. We were in Sprung with Garrett Dillahunt.
Sure.
He was in No Country for Old Men with Tommy Lee Jones.
Wow.
Tommy Lee Jones was in The Fugitive with Harrison Ford. Harrison Ford was in The Devil's Own with Brad Pitt. Brad Pitt was in Sleepers with Kevin Bacon.
Wow. That's pretty cool.
What is Sleepers? Is it a good movie?
It's a great movie, but it's very upsetting.
Oh.
Yeah, it's very upsetting.
It's a good cast, though.
Amazing. I read the book, man. It was
Is it like a scary movie or something?
No, it's about
It's fun. It's not
I
fun.
think it was one of them was abused as a kid.
Oh,
and then,
boy.
all of them were abused as a kid.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they were all abused as a kid. They got revenge.
Maybe De Niro was the bad guy. Was he?
I was wondering.
Father Bobby.
Yeah, that probably.
That would fit,
boy.
right?
That's a lot more than I
boy.
can't do that.
They won an Oscar.
I
No,
thought it'd be
nominated.
a fun. Thought somebody would watch at night. Be
Not
like
a fun watch,
kind of-
probably.
Yeah. Not gonna. It's gonna be heavy.
So good acting. It's like a lot of
Yeah.
stuff out now that I don't.
Yeah.
That's really.
I
well
just
done.
watched Spencer Confident.
Oh, it's like the
Confidential.
he's a PI or whatever
Yeah, Netflix.
movie.
Yeah,
Well, the girl was
Liza
in
Sledge
it.
is
Liza
in it.
was in there. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Okay.
Nice job.
pretty fun.
Wahlberg too.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
You know, a good movie, if you ever played the game, maybe I'm only done this, where name two actors, you got to guess what movie they were in together.
Mm-hmm.
The movie Heat obviously has De Niro and Al Pacino.
Damn.
But those are two of the main stars.
I thought that was a. I thought that was.
But there's a lot of like Natalie Portman's in that movie.
Uh-huh.
I'm drawing a blank now. Ashley Judd's in the movie. There's a lot of like big actors in that movie that were like, smaller characters.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm looking at it now. Ted Levine,
I don't know Ted Levine.
Dennis Haysbert, the Allstate guy.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, man.
Yeah.
And he was in the unit. That nobody really cares about that TV show. And
I remember that show,
I
The
loved
Unit.
The Unit,
Yeah,
man.
I always watched it with my parents.
Unit's one of my favorite shows.
Hank Azaria,
Apu.
Bubba from Forrest Gump.
Yeah.
He was.
Yeah.
Tom Sizemore just
Michael T.
died.
Williamson, John Voight.
Oh, Val Kilmer, of
Yeah,
course.
Val Kilmer. It's a heck of a cast. You're right, Brian.
Yeah.
Good call. Good call.
Hmm.
So, yes, we can do 6 Degrees Kevin Bacon with all of us. Pretty
Wow.
fun.
If Dusty was here, we couldn't.
Well, you could probably pick. I mean, Marin probably interviewed Kevin Bacon.
Yeah.
Maybe I was really trying to stick with
Yeah.
the thing
Film.
on screen.
Yeah, on screen. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
What's Sprung, man? Sorry, I don't know that.
Greg Garcia.
Can you believe
It's on
this?
there.
I
It's
know.
a show.
I'll watch it if you guys.
It's the
tell me.
hottest show on television.
Yeah, it was on Freevee. Our friend Greg Garcia, who created everybody. My name is Earl.
Yeah.
He created Sprung, and they're in
Brian
the
and I
show.
are in it. I'm a prison guard. He's a serial killer.
Yeah, Aaron was in the trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go watch. Is it a movie
Yeah.
or a TV show?
It's a TV show.
It's great.
All right, I'll check it out,
Yeah.
man. Yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
He was in the trailer. I mean, I'd be watching Sports Center, and
Yeah,
then
it's
they
pretty
show a
crazy.
commercial, and there's Aaron.
I had like 2 lines, and one of the lines summarized the whole plot of the show.
Oh,
Pretty well.
really?
So it was used in the trailer. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's fantastic, man.
Pretty cool.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
go check it out.
Yeah. Seth Hoffenberg. In a previous episode, I remember Aaron mentioning The Sandlot being one of his favorite childhood movies of all time. Would Aaron put The Sandlot on his Mount Rushmore of greatest sports movies of all time?
I don't know if it makes the cut for all sports movies. Baseball movies, it probably makes the cut.
Yeah.
What's your
But-
other baseball movies?
Moneyball.
Moneyball's such a good movie.
Yeah.
Man, that's a great movie.
Yeah, it was like The Natural.
West
or-
Wing.
Yeah, Field of Dreams. The West Wing.
Yeah.
What's that?
West Wing.
He's
I-
fantastic.
yeah.
I'm with him on Sorkin.
Yeah, big Sorkin.
But
Sorkin Files.
I know you are, but I always thought For Love of the Game is an underrated baseball movie,
Mhm.
man.
Yeah, it's good.
Is
And
Kevin Costner.
Costner, Travolta's wife,
Kelly.
Jamie
Kelly.
Lee Curtis.
no, Kelly,
Kevin Bacon.
beautiful woman.
She passed away, right?
And you know who's in that movie, man? It has a decent role. Greer Barnes
Oh,
really?
plays a,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know, he has sort of an interesting. He's a really good actor. Man.
yeah.
Yeah, comedian Greer
Wow.
Barnes.
Yeah.
yeah.
Greer would destroy in New York.
Oh yeah,
man.
yeah, yeah. You don't want to.
And low
Yes.
energy too,
Yeah.
right? Kind of a low
Yes.
energy.
Yeah.
Murder.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fun.
Did we say why my thing was PG-13? Abigail told me
Yeah, we told
because I
it.
said murder.
We told it
Oh,
a couple episodes ago.
Okay. Nate Warshowski. Nate Warshowski. It's a
Showski.
Warchowski. In the early 80s, we used to, I would have guessed this guy's probably older. Is the early 80s? He's probably older in the early 80s. I think if you got a name Nate last name Warshowski, I think
Yeah.
you're born. When you're born, you're 40.
Yeah, that's
Like
a
you're
Cold
just-
War era
Yeah.
name for sure.
Yeah, you're.
yeah.
It's
That guy saw
very,
Miracle
very,
on Ice
very serious child. Yeah.
for sure.
In the early 80s, we used to go to the movie theater a lot, and my mom had this giant leather bag with a flashlight in it. He might be close to mine. I'm old too now, though. That's when teenagers would talk during the movies, she would stand up, shine her light on them, and yell, "That's about enough." It was so embarrassing for us kids. Side note, the bag was mostly for smuggling in fried chicken and chocolate chip cookies. Also very embarrassing. Oh, man.
You know how you want to get a little fried chicken at the movie.
Yeah. That's like, yeah, but I mean, you go to a movie, you're getting a meal.
Now, was it legal back then to bring food in?
I don't know if it was ever legal.
Yeah.
But it was is it illegal now? Or
No, they don't want you to smuggle food and
I think
drinks in
that's
for
the
sure.
idea.
Because that's how those theaters make money.
Yeah. I
It's the
think that's the
concessions.
idea is you don't do it.
Yeah. Well, it's funny to enforce the rules about talking. So
I did it with Harper one time,
Strictly.
just to like kind of do something like that for her, and like it was fun to like she was like, we're gonna get in trouble. I can't. You're like, no, get her in there. I go, we're not gonna get in trouble. Don't worry about it. It's not that I want her to go do stuff, but it's like my upbringing a little bit. But then I like her being a little there's part of me that thinks I want her to be a little nervous about
Live on the
something,
edge
like,
a little bit.
Yeah.
but in that little, in that tiny little way.
I remember bringing food into the ball game. My parents would bring food into the ball game.
Well, it was for movies.
Talkies.
Yeah.
My dad will tell you.
It's hard in a silent film. Yeah.
Are you talking about like a Cardinals
Just here
game?
eating.
Yeah, like a Cardinals game. We would bring
'Cause they're so
cooler full of
expensive.
food in there, man.
A cooler.
Oh,
You just bring a cooler in? That rules.
I know we did that.
That's awesome.
My dad, to this day, he has this thing where like if you talk about if you say anything about the ball game, he needs to point out to now the tickets. That's not even half what you're paying at the ball game, and then he'll break it down for you. He's got to go through the whole thing. So
Yeah.
I mean, you got to park,
Yeah.
and then the food, and then like everybody knows this. Everybody knows that
Yeah.
the food is very expensive at the ball game. Like everybody knows that. We don't have to say it anymore. But
It's funny too with food though. You want to, because everybody always says food. You're like, well, you're going to have to eat. And everybody goes, yeah. And you're like, you really wouldn't have to.
Yeah,
You're like,
no.
you could go eat a meal before the
Completely.
game.
Oh, yeah.
And be completely fine.
No, yeah.
But everybody, it is, because you do that movies, you're like, well, the candy. And you're like, yeah, you don't have to get the candy. You're like,
Yeah.
but you have to. But you kind of do.
Yeah.
Greg, I thought of a couple of words that you and I generation probably still say that really has gone away. Cell phone.
Oh yeah.
I say cell phone. What do people say?
I think now,
Just your phone.
just your
phone.
phone.
Yeah, I guess your phone. Yeah.
I say cell phone.
Okay, well, maybe our generation.
Yeah,
did.
yeah.
Well,
But
yeah.
do you call it a cell
Like
phone?
I've been saying, man.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
pretty much.
I
the same
definitely
thing.
used to, but now, nobody has a landline anymore. I feel like I don't need to make that distinction.
Yeah, it's kind of going away
Yeah.
because my mom still has a landline, but yeah, just phone. And then big screen TV.
Yeah.
I feel like all TVs now are big screens, so people just call it a TV.
You're right. I haven't heard that in a long time,
I
but I
haven't,
remember
man.
calling TVs that big screen.
I mean,
Yeah.
I got one a year ago for the Super Bowl, and I called it a big screen TV. But
Yeah.
everybody's house I go to has a TV just as big as mine
Yeah.
usually.
Yeah.
So it's going to be really big now.
And they're not that expensive anymore, right?
No.
No. Will Matthews. After listening to episode after episode of Nateland in the car, my son signed up to do stand-up comedy for his elementary school's talent show. What advice would you give a fourth grader who has a 3-minute set to do in front of his entire school?
You got to get out to the clubs and work it out.
Yeah. You gotta be.
Just keep her eye.
You're gonna get tired because these shows are late, but you gotta hit it hard. I would say make wherever you think the biggest laugh in the joke is, end on that in the joke. So wherever you think the biggest laugh is, end on that.
Yeah.
So if you think about it, well, what's the actual real funny part of the
Yeah, I would
end on that.
almost for anybody that starts. I think most people think I'm going to get up there and talk, and this
Yeah.
thing's going to catch fire. Where like, even if it doesn't work, you should have a guess on which word they're going to laugh on.
Yeah.
For each of your things, like put a little mark and say this is the word they're going to laugh on, and you'll at least pause a little bit.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then and just have know where you're going. Know what the beginning is and know what the end is of the whole set. So then you have you won't feel that you know how to end. Like, you know how to start it. This one will say at the beginning. This one will say at the end. I think that's the most important thing that even for me now is like, I don't do well if I don't have an ending. Like, it's like this new hour I'm doing, I finally got a closer, and I don't know if it'll be the closer forever, but it's a closer now and it works as a closer, and it might be, but it's like, until I had that, I was very lost. I really need to close an opener. I can kind of get by because you can say whatever, you know, like, welcome, we're having fun, or you just, you know, some dumb thing. You just can say something to get into something. But the end has to be such a thing that, like, if I don't have the end, that's when I feel very lost.
Do you have a new hour since Hello World?
Yeah.
Man, I got to get going. That's depressing. I got it's garbage what I got right now.
This is my advice. Will, your kid better have a new 3 minutes next year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, for next year's talent.
Yeah, my advice is if it doesn't go well, you need to sit him down and you need to yell at him and tell him, ask him what he did wrong, and tell him we don't bring up losers in this family. And, you know, that's just, I'm going with it.
Yeah. And move the mic stand.
Oh, yeah, man.
He might not have a mic stand.
Yeah, you're right.
That is a
Might just be talking.
Take a towel up there with you.
Yeah.
I really hope you're not doing that, man.
You go, and if they laugh.
What do you mean?
If they laugh, let them laugh. Like, let the crowd laugh.
Yeah.
And just sit there.
Yeah. You really have not looked at me the same since I told you.
I don't want you to be one of these towel guys, man.
Oh man, it's a lot of
You're
fun.
getting in shape. You're
I
looking
get everybody
good.
involved, dude.
No, man.
Dude,
It's a
I do
cheap
crowd
tactic.
work. I kind of whip it at
You're
them.
going to
when
lean
it's-
on this thing, man. It's going to affect your writing.
Yeah, I go out sometimes. I lay it down and I stand on it, and that's my set. I go, man, these kids are crazy. You know, wipe my face off, man. These kids getting out of hand now.
I think the level of when it has to stay on your body because you're using it that much.
Yeah, exactly. When you go over the shoulder with that
Yeah.
thing,
Oh,
man,
yeah.
It can never be far away.
I wear
That is-
like a scarf sometimes. I wrap it around, dude.
I remember my buddy Bob Biggerstaff, who Nate knows,
Yeah.
very, very funny guy.
Yeah.
And Bob's like slim now, man. He's slimmed down to me, but for a while there, he's getting a little heavy, and he started having a towel on stage. I was like, hey, man, you gotta turn it around.
You gotta reel it in, man.
You want to be one of these guys, man, where you gotta have the towel.
Yeah. Yeah, he had to walk to my house once. We talked about that on this, right?
I don't know.
He had
Never heard of this guy.
in
I have.
Bob Biggerstaff.
Yeah,
I talked about it on something. Very, very, very funny dude.
real fun.
Out of Houston. And he was, and when I lived in Queens, we had to, this is when he was bigger, and we had to go, when you had to come to my house from the subway, you had to walk, and then you had to go up all these stairs and over these railroad tracks and then more stairs.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was kind of a uphill climb. You're always kind of tired. Then you had to once you got off, you had to go straight up a hill. And so he comes over to Joe List. And I mean, when he gets to the house, dude, he is furious. And like, he is like, just wasn't prepared for a mountain climb. And he just sat there quiet for a long time, just getting it together. It was so funny.
He got mad at us one time in New York because we were going somewhere, and I was like, you walk everywhere in New York.
Yeah.
I was like, it's just a couple blocks, man. Well,
Yeah.
it was a while. He finally he stopped. He just stopped like a child. And was like, he's screaming at us. You guys lied to me. It's not just a couple blocks.
Yeah.
He's lied. And then he went over and got a pretzel at this pretzel stand and sat down and ate the pretzel. Man, that was his form of protest. He also remember when Joe and Canner and those guys lived in that place in Queens,
Yeah.
in Astoria. Well, I think maybe it was Odo or somebody lived below him. But anyways, it was Paul Odo who lived below him or by him, and he was like, "Hey, Bob, man, it's the bathroom, man. You're gonna come stay with me, but the bathroom, man, it's a pretty small bathroom, man. I don't know if you're gonna be comfortable, you know." And Bob said he got there and he's like, really offended. He's like, "It's just a bathroom, man. I'm not that big." Like he's like, I'm not that big, man. It's just a bathroom. Like he was really angry that they thought he couldn't use the regular bathroom.
Oh, that's
Again, Bob is very slim down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's very
He
funny. That'd be
texted me
very
his weight today.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he texts me his weight now. He's down to 206 in case.
Wow.
Wow. Maybe he doesn't want it publicly known, but
No, I guarantee he
joking.
does.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
guess he
yeah.
wants everybody to know.
yeah.
Because
That's
he was at
awesome.
like over 3.
206, yeah.
Yeah, he's
That's
he's
crazy.
a tall guy.
Yeah. He's light.
Yeah.
Wow.
He could go to your place in New York with no problem now.
He probably moved there.
Yeah.
JJ gets my brother's a comic, and I've heard him describe other comics as hacky a couple of times in the past. I think I understand what it means, but I'm wondering how you guys personally distinguish between someone who's a hack and someone who's just not good. Hacky.
Aaron, go ahead.
Yeah.
You want to take this
One's me and one's Brian. You decide which.
You decide. It's a viewer's choice.
Yeah.
It's almost that. Hacky is someone that probably does good, but it seems like the material is just it's like the idea when it's like, the flying an airplane, why are they selling small peanuts? They still giving small peanuts or something like that. Like they would, and someone's doing, but they could actually be doing good and you hear them, but the material is just kind of like done material. It's just kind of like the material's been around for, we've made enough jokes about planes or
Yeah, and they're not giving away peanuts anymore.
yeah, they're not giving away peanuts.
Because of the allergies.
Yeah. So it's like that would be, and someone who's just not good is someone that just doesn't do good on stage. But a hack is like someone that just does,
Familiar. Sounds
very familiar material, and they really have no point of view either. I think that almost could be it more than the other one. Now I'm switching and saying that's what I would think. A hack is someone that's kind of like the materials feels familiar, but then you get no sense of the personality. Like you're basically like they're doing jokes that you're like, well, anybody could go. If you have confidence, you could just take their jokes and give them to that person. They would go do good. It's like their material would just work with everybody. They don't have any like.
Here, I think this is a good example. On your Greatest Average American, I think my favorite joke from that special was about peanut allergies, where you defended the kids. And who are all these adults that are just all of a sudden so whatever?
Yeah.
I've seen so many comics make fun of kids with peanut allergies.
Yeah. We were tough. There was no such thing.
Yeah.
Man, I just remembered in the new special, there's me taking a shot at kids with peanut allergies. What are you saying, Bates?
Are you serious?
Yeah, but it's in a creative way.
Yeah, it's in a creative way.
I'm talking about peanut butter.
It's not hacky. It's just not good. I think that's the distinction.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding, dude. Relax. I thought we were my bad,
dude.
Swinging a
playing
miss.
along. I was playing along. I wasn't angry. I was playing a character.
All right,
Yeah.
I was a
my bad.
foil.
My bad,
On that.
Yeah.
I was playing the straight man.
You are a great straight man, by the way. Every interview I see you on, you're so funny because you play a great straight man.
Oh, thanks, man. Maybe I'm just straight.
Maybe so. You're not
A
even
few
playing.
episodes, they said Brian plays a straight man on stage at his own act. He's a straight man by himself.
I laugh at it at least once a month. Bates doing crowd work when he's
Oh, yeah.
Did you go to Auburn? No? Okay, that's cool.
all right, man. All right.
Yeah, me neither.
Hey, Bates, a lot of times the guys will actually say something
some
sort
bad-
of,
yeah.
they'll add
Let
to
them
it.
talk.
Well, I do have something I want to say. I want to tell you guys about Athletic Greens.
Oh, just kidding. I love AG1.
Yeah, I could tell.
I wish Dusty were here to talk about it. but-
Well, I think we all love Athletic Greens. AG1 is what we call it in the biz.
Oh,
Greg.
okay, yeah.
Yeah, we
It's all
all.
the vitamins.
It's not produced by P&G. It's AG1 is their own thing. We all try it. We all love it. We take it in the morning before we're starting our day, and it makes us feel like we're doing something great, like running a half marathon or going for our walks or whatever it is we do. It's much easier to mix the 1 scoop of powder and water once a day than to take a bunch of different things. It's the healthiest thing you can do in under a minute and costs less than $3 a day. We also have the single serving travel packs. That's great when you're on the road. You never have to miss a day when you're on the road. Every scoop has 75 vitamins, minerals, and whole food sourced ingredients. If you're looking for an easier way to take supplements, Athletic Greens is giving you a free 1-year supply of vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. Go to athleticgreens.com/Nate. That's athleticgreens.com/Nate. Check it out.
That was good, man.
That was good.
Yeah.
Thank
I mean, the transition was good, but not as that first commercial you guys did with the Viore.
Mhm.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, that was seamless.
That one, man, we were
seamless.
2 minutes in, and I was like, "Is this even a?"
Yeah.
I
it was a testimonial. Is what
Yeah,
it was.
no, it's just. I mean, it was just right in. Man.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I didn't even know where. It was great.
Burke Scarborough.
Ooh.
While dealing with his father's funeral, my best friend's estranged and unstable mother insisted that she would be with him during this difficult time. He had no interest in this, but she was determined. She didn't have any money, so she held a cab and promised the driver his son would pay if he drove her from L.A. to Chapel Hill, North Carolina. Like Los Angeles?
Yeah.
The driver agreed, and when they finally arrived, my furious friend told the driver he had no part in this and wouldn't be paying him a cent. They eventually threw the guy some money for his trouble, but the story made national news. That's
Here's the article.
crazy,
This
dude.
is-
Cabby says he was stiffed on cross-country fare.
Yeah.
$8,200 cross-country fare by a female passenger he shuttled from Beverly Hills, California, to North Carolina. That's insane.
Why didn't she fly? Maybe she didn't like flying, or I guess she's a mess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would. I mean, you feel that's like, see, this is a situation where you're like, well, you're the cab driver, you got to call, be like, well, I need to talk to your son.
Yeah.
And maybe they could have, or they said that. But then I try to be a little more, think about it, because I understand, like, you're also, what if the person's just the nicest person ever? And it's like, he's been put in such a weird situation, and she's maybe crying and kind of a mess and like all this kind of stuff. That's for me. Do you need one?
No, I was just
You
going
want a coffee?
I was going to relay it to you.
Do you need coffee?
No, I'm good.
Sure.
I'd love a coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it's hot. A Starbucks ready to drink.
Yeah.
Coffee. I'm just kidding. Yeah, sorry.
So it's like, I feel bad for like that kind of thing. Because it's yeah.
She probably all guilted him. My ex-husband died. I'm on my way to the funeral.
Yeah, but who's paying for the hotel?
I think this the key piece of information there is Beverly Hills, California.
Yeah.
Because he probably, if you picked up somebody
that's
and they
true.
were like, no, you don't have, but Beverly Hills are like, well, these crazy people, well, they have the kind of money to do
Oh,
this.
that's
Yeah.
a good point.
You know?
Yeah. If it were
Yeah.
from like St. Louis, you'd be
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, it's
Jeez,
last
there's
name's
no way
That's
this
like
person-
First of all, it would have only been 4,100. Okay.
Yeah.
That's
true. That's
Second
true.
of all,
Yeah.
there's a lot of wealthy people in St. Louis. I don't know if you've ever heard Anheuser-Busch.
I have.
Family lives there.
I would think you would even, the company would be like involved.
From Alabama, man.
Sorry.
But he comes from money.
That's true.
Wouldn't the company be involved?
Which
The
company?
cab
The
company?
cab company. Like, can he just,
You mean as far as trying to seek this money?
yeah.
West Coast Yellow
West
Tab.
Coast Yellow cab.
So the company has been paid another $2,000. So it's being paid off in installments, but the rest of it's going through small claims courts.
I mean, I think that article is from 2007, so this
Yeah.
is a while
Wow.
ago.
They agreed to give the woman a 25% discount off the metered rate, but that's still $6,000 or so.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I think the cab company would be like, no.
you got to have some kind of policy.
Yeah.
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 We only go to Utah or something. Like,
Yeah.
That's a
Or you pay me up front. You can't just
Yeah, you got to be
Some
like,
guy-
half of it's got to be
Yeah.
paid up front or
Right.
like,
these stories, because they're on radio shows and a lot of times or whatever, they'll run in these stories and you're like, well, and then you're like, I think there may be some mental illness in here somewhere.
Oh,
that,
yeah.
you know,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you
it's riddled throughout this story. For sure.
Yeah, that's one thing living in New York where you start to realize, okay, there's a lot of people in the world because you're on the subway and you're like, well, that guy's going through something. Like
Yeah.
these people are seriously ill.
Mhm.
When I see these stories, I laugh a little less now because I'm like, I think there may be something here that
I felt that way about some video went viral of this guy freaking out at the airport. And I see those all the time of
Yeah.
somebody. And it's this guy. And it is very funny when you watch it. And then you like watch it again and you're like, this guy's having the worst day of his life. And everybody's just filming it. And then I feel bad I watched it. And then, it's tough.
Yeah. Well, hope you're happy. I don't know how you sleep at night, but
You contribute to the problem.
yeah.
I did in a way.
Yeah.
Yeah. I watched it. I shared it.
Yeah, you didn't
shared
have to.
it?
Yeah, you
Nah, I shared it to over text through friend. I'm not sharing it publicly.
You
but I
put
gotta
it
check
out
this
there.
It was, it was a funny video.
You put money on it on Facebook. I saw it. It was an ad that came
I
up.
boosted it. Yeah.
Aaron did do a very funny thing. He made the worst poster for an upcoming Zany show and sent it to some of his friends and
I
said,
was in on that whole scam. I saw your thing.
Yeah.
And I fell for the whole thing.
the
I was
only
like-
reason I didn't fall for it is because he wanted to ask for my honest opinion. I was like, there's no way Aaron's asking me for my honest opinion about a flyer.
This is the poster I made for my show at Zany's.
I literally started to type, "Hey man," because he asked like, "How is this?" And I literally started to type, "Hey man, it looks pretty good. The font, I would maybe think about another."
Yeah.
I don't drink coffee.
I mean, I didn't realize at the time
I'll take that.
your ear is
You don't drink coffee?
no, just tea.
Oh, I was like, you had coffee. I thought you had coffee.
Tea.
Tea.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. Do you need tea?
No,
Do you want some tea?
no, I'm good.
Oh.
Man. No, I'm really good.
Yeah, but Brian caught on right away. He goes, "This is a joke," because he just knew it was that bad.
no, it was really just because I mean I thought,
Because I was asking you for advice.
yes, and I was like, there's no way Aaron is going to be asking me. You were so good at that stuff, and that looks like something I would make. And I'm like, I don't know.
Man, I fell for this whole. This was only a couple days ago. Wasn't
Yeah,
it? Yeah, I
yeah.
fell for the whole thing.
Dusty gave me a ton of advice, and I felt so bad by the end of it. He was like, "Well, I'd move the flames up a little bit." He's like, "I like the
Yeah.
idea of it. Like it's
Yeah.
looking nice."
And then,
but I was,
and then you're a real jerk, man.
Yeah,
your
yeah.
friend Dusty is genuinely
took
devoting
time out of his day.
to try and help you out, and you're just you feel good about this. Is your whole generation of what do they call them? Trollers.
Trolls.
Yeah.
My wife gave it to me straight though.
Mm.
I said, "How is it?" She said, "It's really hideous." Yeah, she just let me know.
Mm.
Yeah, it was fun.
The
Yeah,
show's
I
at
think I would've
6:30.
been-
That's your first
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah.
Spoken like a true club runner.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I'll probably have been like, yeah, I don't know. It's fine.
Yeah, I think Dustin Dickerson said
That's
that.
what Dustin Nickerson. He was just like, I like it. It's fine. Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool.
Would be, yeah, you'd almost be like, what are you doing, dude? That would be more of it. Just be like, yeah, dude, why are you texting me this?
That is the one skill that you
I would
guys.
be confused on that.
Well, that's why he didn't send it to you, but he sent
Yeah, I
it to
didn't
people
say
like us that were like,
I said, "Can I get your honest thoughts about this flyer? I spent too much time on it. I'm just going crazy. Just want something simple but artistic." I was like, "Yeah, sure, that's perfectly reasonable." Then I sent him.
It was just
I
good.
made that in
It was
30
just good
seconds.
enough that it wasn't an obvious joke, or at least to somebody like
Okay.
me.
Not to me.
I mean,
Yeah.
to you, it was
is-
obvious that was bad.
Yeah, it is. Like, that's what I mean. It's close enough that it's like, I guess.
Well, that's the one thing I can do a lot of computer stuff, and but that thing where you guys make posters like that, I have no concept.
Yeah.
Is it because the computer school you took?
Commodore
I
64.
did take a programming class.
Yeah.
Mate. I did.
Yeah.
I did. And
In college.
no, I think it was high school. I think it was high school.
There's no way, Greg.
There's no way.
Yeah, there was like
A college programming class in the 80s?
It was like a basics, basic or something.
There was no, you're,
Maybe it was like a extra unit or something. I don't know.
an extra like credit class.
No, I took it at West Point. I took it at West Point. We had computers, I think, first year. Yeah, first semester.
Okay.
Here's why I don't think you did it, because we're even having to rattle our brain to know if computers were invented.
They were.
I
I went to college. My freshman year of college was 1986, 87.
freshman year of college. This is like, you're telling me possibly late 70s. You're in there taking it. I mean, I don't know. Bill Gates is born yet.
I know. At West Point, we had a computer class.
That's a
man.
radar.
Yeah, it's like the Pentagon, Nomad. What do they call it?
NORAD, I believe, and Nomad.
Nomad.
It was. We had the terminals with the green.
Oh yeah. Apple IIs.
Apple IIs we had when I went to Missouri in journalism class. We had Apple IIes, but
Okay.
the sort of the IBMs with the green cursor.
Is that what your
Yeah.
computer looked like?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
A floppy disk.
And I remember like the computer crashing and me losing a paper at West Point and having to retype the whole thing. We'd have to go to the computer lab. You didn't have a computer.
Yeah.
You had to go to the lab to type stuff in. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You had to get the dolly and pull the computer out.
We just went over it. It's that size, man.
What are you doing, Greg? Doing some late night homework? Are you walking through the corridor?
I just want to see in his head what my life looks like, because it's like 1950s that he's saying right now. I wasn't alive in 1950s.
This is what I get every week. I'm so glad you're here. The old guy over here.
Yeah. Well, Bates is younger than I am. So.
Paul Emmy Mueller. Adam Sandler recently made the excellent sports movie Hustle, starring NBA All-Star Anthony Edwards as Kermit Wiltz. If Nate were to make a sports movie as part of the Nateland movieverse, what sport would it be? What pro athlete would Nate try to recruit to star in it? Probably golf.
Golf movie would be John Augenstein.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I mean, that'd be.
Maybe a college wrestler has one more year eligibility, goes back, his dad coaches him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Could be you, Greg. I bring you. That'd be a better story. Would be you going back. Missouri is riddled with injuries.
Yeah.
Big tournament.
It would have to be serious.
They got to come back.
It's not a young man's. It's a young man's sport. It's not. I think golf works a little. I couldn't wrestle.
That's what makes it great.
That's why it's so inspiring. Yeah.
You walk out, your singler just has Ben Gay on it. I got them to sponsor it. Icy Hot on the back.
I would.
And that's how we make the money.
You think of me as that character in Major League with the Harris, the old pitcher that was like throwing all the garbage and he had Icy Hot all over. Yeah, that's exactly what you see.
Yeah.
And now that I think of it, I'm probably older than that actor was. Yeah, I would say if you're going to do that, Vecchione is he's in a little better shape, I think. I
think you and Vecchione wrestle to see who goes to the next level.
Be an interesting match, man.
Yeah. You and Vecchione?
I would have to get in shape.
So my promoter on my tour, Tony Hume, he wrestled too.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. And we have when him and Vecchione is on. So I mean, we get a round table. But and Vecchione wrestling would
Mike's in real good shape, man. I'm not. So.
But your level of wrestling, Mike is,
he was good.
He wasn't an All-American.
He's not All-American.
No, he was
very good.
Yeah, he's very
not
good.
that good.
Yeah.
But very good.
Mike's a maniac. He just decided.
Yeah, Mike takes cold showers, which is that helps.
He's got me doing some of it.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
He told me to do that stuff, and I don't do the full cold shower. I'll end on cold.
I'll end on a minute cold sometimes.
Yeah, minute's good.
Yeah,
like
60 seconds.
40 or 50 seconds maybe.
It's tough.
Wow.
It's hard to get to a minute. Man.
You act like you did 15 seconds.
Yeah.
Wow, you do a minute? I only do 50 seconds.
I'll be honest with you, you might be doing a minute.
I don't know, man.
Are you counting?
I'm counting. I'm breathing.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a big breather. Vecchione's all about breathing.
He got me into that breathing stuff for a while, and I got dizzy a couple times.
He did it. One day we sat in the Chicago theater, I think, and so he's like talking about like the meditation and all that stuff. And so you're like, all right, I get it. Like, it's like, because it can feel so crazy. It's like, that's running I breathe good when I run.
Yeah.
Because it's like you're running and you feel like I'm doing something. So then they're like, let's sit in the room together. So I was like, all right, we're going to do it. So it's like me, Vecchione, and Julian McCullough. And so we're all in there, and Julian could do it. Julian's like a hippie. Mm-hmm. That's like, he's on board with every little thing.
Yeah.
And so they're all in there like, it's like, I don't want to do it in the microphone. It's like, it's like big breathing. And breathing works, right? So it does work when I run it, but we're just in a room and it's loud. And I mean, we do it for a second, then I just go, boys, I can't. I can't do this. And like, I was too uncomfortable that I was like doing it with other people. I was like, that's
it's
enough.
A little like,
that's enough.
It's a little California.
Yeah.
It is. But I did do it for a while because Mike told me to do it. And you do feel like almost like a buzzing in your head after you do it, man. It's,
you let a lot of stuff go.
What you should do to get healthy is HelloFresh. HelloFresh. I keep derailing the whole podcast.
No,
No,
that was genius.
that was
man.
impressive,
That was
dude.
that was on the level of
You
Viore.
know what's stressful? Figuring out what's for dinner.
Yeah.
HelloFresh.
Yeah, HelloFresh. You get farm fresh, pre-portioned ingredients and seasonal recipes delivered right to your doorstep, Greg. Skip trips to the grocery store and count on HelloFresh to make home cooking easy, fun, and affordable. That's why it's America's #1 meal kit. Skip the trips to the grocery store. Don't go look at the Jif aisle to see everything's going on. Just do HelloFresh. Get delivered to your house. It has 40 weekly recipes to choose from, all meal occasions, lifestyles, and preferences. Take your pick from like soy glazed salmon with rice or mushroom and chive risotto. The HelloFresh app makes it so easy to quickly change your delivery day, food preference, and plan size, or skip a week whenever you need to. We love HelloFresh. Saving time is key, and the recipes are not hard to follow, and most of their meals are quick, so we can get dinner on the table in about 30 minutes or less. The burgers and pastas of some of our favorite recipes. Go to HelloFresh.com/Nateland60 and use code Nateland60 for 60% off your free shipping. That's HelloFresh.com/Nateland60 for 60% off plus free shipping. HelloFresh, America's #1 meal kit.
I hope do you get him with that camera? Oh yeah. Just show that you watching him read that was something.
I was in, man.
You were in.
Yeah.
I mean, you were in.
If we didn't have to finish
Yeah.
podcast, I'd go sign up right now.
Yeah.
I mean,
I feel like people should have to give us, or people should have to give you acknowledgement when you can catch them where they don't know that it happened. Like if it takes them a second to realize that
For the ad?
yeah, I think we should,
Okay.
that's pretty good. Like if you're listening and you're like, man, that one you were in it. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
Like,
I didn't recognize it till the promo code.
Viore thing, I thought we were just talking. I was just talking, man.
Yeah.
It was smooth. It's real
Yeah.
smooth.
Yeah.
I like it.
That middle one, it was, man, I could see where you're going with that.
Well, it's because Nate wears Viore, and nobody thinks I actually, am athletic or eat greens, but I do eat athletic greens.
Yeah.
I drink it.
Drink it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
One scoop.
Yep.
One scoop. Yeah. We're doing it on the road because some vitamins or some of my whatever you need. Like my vitamins are low.
Yeah.
Or something. My vitamin.
I can
Yeah.
guarantee you that wasn't what the doctor said.
He said your vitamins are
Your
low.
vitamins are low.
Yeah, your vitamins are low.
Man.
I go, golly,
Get
doc.
your vitamins up.
I go, shoot it to me straight, doc.
Well, I'm looking at your test here, and your vitamins are low.
I go, all right, which ones?
All of them.
Nah,
All of them. A, B, C, D,
yeah,
E, I, O, U.
it's not the point. It's just
Sometimes
your
Y.
they're
He
low.
goes, there's no Y. I think my vitamin D I was like, and I golf, and I was like, I think I get a lot of sun, but I guess
no,
just
that's
winter.
a thing, man.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta,
Yeah.
I tell
But
you
I'm
what.
out there. I yesterday I golfed yesterday. It was super sunny, and I felt like I got so much sun that it was like I felt a little nauseous.
Mm-hmm. Sun poisoning.
A little sun poisoning.
Yeah, I feel a little. Yeah,
But I think it's with winter. I'm sure everybody goes down just because the sun's not out that much.
Yeah.
even during the summer, my doctor has me taking a little vitamin D.
And once you go out there, I like the sun. I like feeling the sun.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I would.
Son of golf.
Yeah.
This is an
Y'all
old
doing
man
wrestling?
conversation right here, dude.
He goes, hey, another day of the sun. Another,
Yeah, 'cause the
every day you
sun-
see that
the
sun is a
sun
good day.
The sun is an old thing. Yeah.
Well, you're not going to see it much longer. It would be an old thing.
Only a couple more trips.
Yeah. Every day I go look at it and go, can't believe you're there.
Yeah, I'm gonna miss you.
I'm going to miss you.
Yeah.
The sun's a good thing. It's this week,
We're talking about Europe. 'Cause
Europe.
you're in Europe.
Yeah.
I'm in Europe. Right now, I'm in Europe.
That's-
I'm amongst it.
You've, I was going to ask if you'd been to Europe. I heard you say last week's episode you did a show in,
You heard. You were a part of it.
well, I overheard it.
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah.
ask you about it, but I overheard.
Word on the streets is.
Word on the street was,
I heard you mention Dublin, I believe you said.
I've been to Dublin. They had a comedy festival, the Vodafone. This is the first headlining tour where it's that's the only shows I've done there. But this is, I did little sets there, nothing long.
Yeah.
This will be big stuff. Volkateritit.
We'll start there.
Oh yeah.
What's that?
So Union Chapel, 7:30 sold out. Very excited.
Nice.
Wow.
London. Then Dublin, already done this. Vicar Street, new venue because we moved up because we sold some more tickets than we thought. So you do a lot of that over there when you go. They have like a venue and they're like, let's see how it does, and then it'll be like a new venue. And then I'll be at the Folk Eaterit in Oslo, New Orleans. Coming back home.
The routing on this is
it's
weird.
really a weird
That's
routing.
a tough one to get back and forth.
It's like a Comedy Zone run.
Yeah. It's a very funny inside joke. Yeah. We all been on that road. You got like
I'm going where?
yeah. You got 2 nights an hour apart, then a 9-hour drive.
Yeah.
150, no hotel.
Yeah, 150, no hotel. I still get all those.
The Comedy Zone ones.
I don't know if I get Comedy Zone. I get one of them.
I think we get the same
Do
one.
you really?
Funny business.
You get them?
I
Yeah.
always
that's
stick because I
great.
signed up for a long time ago,
That's
and I
great.
like seeing them, and I like it's just.
I'm still taking them.
Yeah, I like
yeah.
to see where they're at, and
Yeah.
like you're just kind of like reminding that it can all go back to just what you're doing. It's like you appreciate it every time. I appreciate it where I'm at every time. Like just being like, because I would take these gigs and you see, and they're just
Yeah.
$200, no hotel, in somewhere in Montana, and you're like, well, I mean, hotels gonna be $280.
Yeah.
Like, and hotels are they're $200 now. Like
Yeah.
they're not.
Right.
They
are. You're right.
Yeah. There's not like they're not cheap anymore. They're
No,
just,
the Days Inn is gonna. You're
Yeah.
100 after taxes are probably.
oh
yeah.
it's not. You used to be able to get $60 hotels.
No
and stuff like
chance.
that. Now it's
That's why I'm an Airbnb guy now, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. I don't know if I can get with that, man. Don't
Why
you
is
have
that?
chores and stuff? Like,
Yeah.
Depends. It depends.
yeah.
I
that's
just had one where literally the checkout instructions were just leave. You don't have to do anything. It said like, we're here to make you feel like guests, so just leave.
See, then I would stay.
Yeah.
Because I'm the same way. I'm not a big Airbnb guy either. I've done it, and I want to do it because it makes the most sense. It's going to be the cheapest, especially when I'm on the road and I got a bunch of guys.
Mhm.
It's the cheapest for me because I can just we can all stay in this one house or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's like, the chores are I'm like, you're paying for like I don't know. You're just like, I want to just go stay it somewhere. I don't want to feel like I
Yeah.
have to go clean up and like,
Yeah.
and especially if it's like one night, you're like,
For sure.
It's like a whole thing.
The worst I've had, and I've stayed in dozens now, the worst I've had is just take the trash out to the trash can on your way out.
I can
That's
do
the
that.
worst I've got.
That's the worst.
I've seen horror stories of like mow the lawn and they tell you to do crazy stuff.
Milk the
The
cows.
worst I've got is please just take the trash out, which I'm like, that's pretty reasonable
Sure.
to do.
you don't
know?
do that in a hotel though.
That's true. But you don't have a living room where you can hang out, and you don't have a washing machine and a dryer right there in the hotel room.
You do it for just one night too.
I'll do it for
You're washing
if I'm
clothes?
alone, I'll get a hotel. But if I have a buddy with me, I'm like, I want to hang.
Yeah.
So we'll get a house.
Yeah.
You wash clothes?
I want to throw a shirt in the dryer sometimes,
Yeah.
and you never know what's going to
A
happen.
lot of
Sweat-
costume
sweat
changes
towel.
these
Yeah.
days.
You got to wash my towel in between every show.
Yeah.
He goes back to the Airbnb in between shows.
Yeah, throw it in the dryer for a bit.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like you might have to shower between shows.
He's got to wash the towel. Oh, man. You can't do this early, man.
I know. You're
Young
right.
guy.
You're right.
Prime of your career.
You're right. I hope not.
I hope, yeah. Because
Yeah.
this is as good as it's going to get.
No, I didn't mean it like that. I didn't mean it like that.
I'll
No,
bring
that's
2
what he
towels
meant.
up
That's
now,
what he
yeah.
meant.
I did not mean it
That's
like
it,
that.
Greg,
You're
that's what he
destined for
meant.
big things.
He goes,
I've
"This
said that
is-
all along.
This is the peak. You gotta.
This is not-
You're an Adonis. You should be out there swinging.
Have you guys ever been to Europe?
No,
Yeah.
no. My parents were married there.
Europe. Fly to Europe, everybody. We go everywhere. That sounds like an ad. Yeah. You're what?
My parents got married in Switzerland.
Wow.
Yeah, they were.
So I'm going to Oslo, Norway.
yeah,
Which is a different country.
yeah. I think you're thinking of Sweden.
I got a cousin who's in Florida.
Yeah, you're thinking
Sweden,
Sweden
Norway?
no, Sweden is Scandinavian. Switzerland is German and by Germany, I think.
Is Norway? So Norway and Sweden are near each
Neighbors,
other,
I
but they're
think.
separate. But that's two countries.
And Denmark's up there too.
And it's
Have you ever been to Europe? Aaron?
Never been, no. Never
Have
crossed the pond.
Yeah,
Really?
I'm a world traveler.
yeah.
Really?
I've been to Italy and I've been to the Netherlands.
But it wasn't laid out like this when he went. And
Yeah, there were still a lot of disputes going on with this.
Yeah,
It was much more of a mess.
Where'd you
back
go?
then.
Were you over in Prussia?
It was the Holy Lands. And,
Yeah.
it was the Roman Empire. Rome used all that.
what's the Seinfeld the place that they changed the name? Isn't that
Myanmar.
Myanmar?
Yeah, Burma.
Burma.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Well,
All right, so let me see where I'm even going. So
You're starting off in London.
no UK.
Yeah.
Oh, so
He's not going to make it to these places.
huh? Oh, what'd you say?
London's where you start.
Oh, I
right?
thought you said Dublin.
yeah.
Yeah. So London is England, but
Right.
it's also UK.
So the United Kingdom is
Scotland and
England,
Great
Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland.
That's all.
England.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, but so that's the UK, but then
Right.
England's its own. They're like, we're our own country though.
I don't think so. I think it's the United Kingdom. I think all four of those are considered.
So there's probably a lot of, that's why the Ireland people could be really upset.
Ireland and Northern Ireland have had a history of not liking each other.
Yeah. So, because it doesn't look like Northern Ireland needs to be, right? It looks like you'd be like, well, just be all one thing.
yeah, it seems like they
Yeah.
should
So
have.
that Rory McIlroy had a thing with that. You have like when because he's maybe from Northern Ireland and maybe
Mm-hmm.
did something from the UK or something like that, like in something, and like
He's from Northern Ireland.
yeah, but he claimed the UK and it was like not from London. That's at East Tennessee somewhere. Go down. Oh,
He signed a letter of intent to play golf
Wow.
at East Tennessee State University.
That's crazy.
That's insane.
yeah.
We'll be at their basketball arena April 14th.
Oh,
come check me
that?
out. Oh, yeah.
You're playing there?
Yeah. Me, Nate, and Dusty are opening for him.
Yeah.
Really?
Brian.
Yeah.
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 Man.
We're all doing the show. We haven't worked out who's going in which order, but we're all doing the show together.
I mean, I could take a shot on how I think it.
Yeah. For Brian's sake, let's just say show up on time.
If you want to be on the show, you better be there when it starts. Is your dad on that show?
I don't know.
So the United Kingdom is not on, they left the European Union. European Union uses the euro. That's their
Mhm.
currency. But England a few years ago, left the EU. So they use the pound.
And that was Brexit, right?
Brexit. And but that includes all of
great
the
name.
Scotland is not using the euro, is what we're saying.
I believe that's correct.
All the UK is no longer using the euro.
Yes.
Straight up pound.
Yeah, they use the
Yeah.
pound. So you're going to have to have a bunch of different currency there, Nate.
Mhm.
I think credit card.
Yeah.
Well,
And
that's
they'll
no fun.
figure it out.
Yeah.
You got to have some
Oh, well, I
currency of the
will.
people.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, you gotta-
we will. But we have to have.
You gotta
we
be
have to use
tipping,
their-
man.
How
You
many
gotta-
times do we got to? Do they don't tip over there, right?
Yeah, but
You
you're American. You should
Yeah,
tip wherever you
That's
go.
true.
They probably
I
expect
did it once
Americans
in. I remember doing it in Dublin, and I waited to give the guy the money, and it was annoying to the person
that you gave them money.
that because I feel like they were busy, and it's like, and I'm just it's not like it wasn't like, oh man, I appreciate it. It was like uncomfortable because it was just like, what are you
Yeah.
trying to do? Like they didn't understand
Wow.
what I was trying to do.
Oh, that sounds like it's on them. You're trying
Yeah, they
give
need to
them
get
money.
with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I remember
be
it being
polite.
I remember it being uncomfortable.
Are you going to do any sightseeing in England?
We're gonna do. I think we are going to drive around, and there's somewhere we have a car that maybe a little tour thing that we're going to just land and basically go just try to hit whatever we can hit. I'm going to have a show that night. We leave the next day. So it's going to be jam packed
tight.
for England, but we're going to try to see.
You'll see Big Ben if you like look up. You know?
Yeah. I'll see Big Ben. I'm sure we'll see
the.
Well,
yeah.
I looked up the McDonald's there. I was trying to think of stuff that you might be interested in. McDonald's is a little different. It's similar in the UK, but they're about 40% smaller, the sandwiches. The Big Mac's about 40% smaller.
Wow.
So just keep that in mind. You might need a side sandwich.
Crazy.
What's a CBO?
I do a side sandwich here. I might need 2 side sandwiches.
Yeah.
That's like when I get Junior Whopper, I get 2 Junior Whoppers. Instead of 1 Whopper, I'll get 2 Juniors. Because I love the stuff that comes on the Whopper so much, like not the tomatoes and onions, but everything but that.
Mustard?
And ketchup and mayonnaise. That's like when you go to Sonic and they're like, you want ketchup, mustard, and mayonnaise? You go, I want them all.
Take them all?
I go, I'll take all of them.
Down in Texas, they used to have a mustard Whopper when I was living down there, man. Just go up and say, I want a mustard Whopper.
And mustard only?
Yeah, nothing but mustard on it.
Yeah.
I mean, they'd have the other stuff, but mustard only.
Yeah, wow.
A burger, I like a meat on it.
Yeah, it's a Whopper, but just
Whopper,
mustard
but
only.
they don't have ketchup or mayo or anything like that. I want because I'm a mustard guy. I don't like the other stuff.
You can get it at McDonald's in the UK.
Are you sure that these people, you didn't just say no, mustard only?
It's on the menu, Nate.
It said mustard Whopper.
It was a thing that you could get down there at Burger King.
Because they had a bunch of U's down there eating.
Well, I think mustard's bigger in Texas. But I want a mustard Whopper.
Everything's bigger there.
Yeah.
Especially not ketchup, mayonnaise.
What were you going to say, Aaron?
I'm looking at the list of items that are only in the UK McDonald's. It's pretty wild what they got going on here. They have a bacon roll.
That'd be good.
I mean, that looks.
I did not know. Like here in the US, we have yellow cabs.
Yeah.
I guess the big thing in London is black cabs. That's what they're called.
Oh, yeah.
So I was reading about what it qualifies to become a black cab driver. And I'm like, I feel like they're missing one.
That's a tough Google search.
Important ingredient, yeah. Well, I wouldn't even Google it. I was just reading about England. They're like, it's very hard to be a black cab driver in England. And I was like, I bet it is. But they have to go through a test. Basically, in London, they have to know every street. Like they test them. In London,
like a cop?
Is a huge, huge city.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's very hard to become a cab driver in
Really?
London. Yeah.
I bet you those guys aren't driving $8,800 fares. Like,
no,
they're not taking that.
No, the country's not big enough to have a fare that
yeah, it's
high.
probably a reasonable fare to go from one end to the other. I want to go to Dublin.
I looked up some stuff for
$60.
you, Nate, to kind of help you get ready for your trip to London.
You got to cross the water.
You got to cross water to get.
I bet that's going to be double just because.
Oh, yeah, man.
How long would it take you to drive across England?
Yeah, I got it now.
Across England? I don't know.
Well, I'll figure it out.
How many meters is that?
Kilometers. That's what we're looking for.
I looked up some movies that might help you get into the London Has Fallen.
Yeah, I've already seen it. I'll watch it again. I actually just started watching it again.
Yeah,
I'd watch it again.
Okay.
Who's in that?
Gerard Butler. Ooh. It's a fun one. It's like, it comes off another one, Something Else Has Fallen.
Okay.
It's a lot of stuff has fallen. Been major attacks.
Yeah.
Major world attacks
Okay.
that everybody's kind of takes in stride.
He's out of the Gerards. He's my second favorite. I'd go with Depardieu.
Yeah, I almost
I
said that.
guess. Prefer him.
So what is it, 13 hours?
So if you're driving, let's say Plymouth, the UK, which is towards the very southern tip of the island, all the way to Thurso, then that's 13 hours and 25 minutes.
That's a long trip, man.
It's a pretty long trip, but that's like driving
How
from
many miles?
here to New York City.
How many
Yeah,
miles?
I've done it.
That's
750?
749 miles.
That's not. I'll tell you what. Not knowing any of this, I see the appeal of the UK just right now, because you got London, you got Scotland. Like that's a pretty vast, different.
Yeah.
Like you got a lot of different stuff that you can go to.
Mm-hmm.
The Loch Ness Monster.
Well, the golf over there, Nate, is
I
supposedly.
know. Where's do London to St. Andrews?
The golf course?
Yeah.
the old course?
I wonder. Yeah, the old course.
Oh, it's called the Old Course?
No, that's
The old course. Yeah.
You had it right. St. Andrews Golf Course.
Yeah, it's not popping up.
No.
Yeah. Just see what that says about.
3 hours.
Oh wow.
Is this where it is?
I don't know. Foot golf, driving. I mean,
we know it's going to be less than a 13-hour drive.
Yeah. It's in Scotland, so no.
Oh, okay.
No, the old
Okay.
course is out
Okay.
there.
So
Yeah.
Wales. I mean, that's it's funny. I'm not doing anything really on. I'm going to Amsterdam right there, and I'm going to Brussels, Belgium.
Well, the next stop after
9 hours.
Yeah, but 8 hours. It's like
You
here to
say-
Milwaukee.
Harry Potter was filmed there, right? In the UK.
Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, probably in Ireland, right?
Oh, I thought it was in London.
Okay. Well, it takes place in London, but I don't know where the movies were filmed.
Okay. Ireland and the UK drive on the left side of the road, so remember that.
I don't know if we're driving.
Oh, it's gotta be
I kind of
tricky.
would want to because it'd be fun to see.
Just
But
try
I don't
it
know if
out.
I'm gonna have. I don't know if we're gonna have time to do it. But yeah, we'll be in a car.
So then you go from the UK to Ireland. Dublin's the capital of Ireland. Anybody know what language they speak?
English, but Gaelic is probably maybe the official language.
Good. Look at the big brain. On it.
Yeah,
Wow.
I got it.
So the people a lot of people speak Gaelic.
The official language is Irish, which is also Gaelic, but more people speak English. It's more widely used, but the road signs are all bilingual in Irish and English both.
You like
Oh.
salmon?
Yeah.
I've heard the salmon in Ireland is unbelievable. My mom and dad went there and they said it was unbelievable. Best thing they've ever had.
Oh wow.
In Dublin or Ireland?
I know it was in Ireland. I think when they got the salmon, it was a little bit out in the countryside, but the seafood in Ireland is supposedly fantastic, man, and very fresh.
Yeah.
Some famous people from
I
Dublin.
know what's so funny about
I don't
that,
know
man?
why.
I don't see what. It's taking a trip, man.
I know it was a nice thing to say,
Yeah.
but I know how it feels when you introduce something and then it just gets nothing. and
I
everyone
wasn't trying to
moves
get
on.
anything out.
I know you weren't.
I was
but
trying.
I'm sorry. It was just the funny.
What do you think I was doing
Just-
a bit about Nate? I think Nate.
I didn't
Nate
think
should
you were
get
doing anything.
Salmon. I mean, I think it's. I think you'll enjoy it.
Yeah.
My mom and dad. I mean, they
Loved
still
it.
talk.
Still talk
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They said, "Is it fresh?"
I
At this
researched
restaurant?
every McDonald's in Europe because I'm trying to get, in Nate's world. So we're probably
I mean,
going to
you
make it
just
salmon.
said at the beginning thing he's trying to get healthy, and
That's
you're
true.
you're shoving British McDonald's down his
I
face.
know, I wanna be
I'm
realistic.
getting salmon, and they said my parents are there. They're like, "Hey, they went to this restaurant. Is the seafood fresh?" And the lady goes, she just pointed to some guy outside catching fish.
Mm.
Yeah,
A little too fresh.
no,
I don't even know what that means.
I mean they cooked it.
They go, that guy gets it? You're like, he doesn't, but you get the idea. You get the idea.
Yeah. Conor McGregor's from Dublin.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
fun.
yeah.
That's
Yeah,
fun.
that's
Maybe
fun.
see him.
Yeah, maybe see him.
Is he
Find
the
his
most
bar.
famous Irish person in the world right now?
Rory
Well,
McIlroy's
I can't
up
name
there,
another. Oh yeah, he's more famous than McGregor?
but-
Bono?
Bono. Yeah, come on.
You two's from Dublin.
That's true.
Mhm.
Some of those guys in
Yeah.
that conflict that we were talking about earlier have some fame for other Sinn Fein or
I have no idea what you're
Yeah.
talking about.
the
War?
people from the IRA people.
Oh, right.
they're- You went to Notre Dame. You should.
Yeah. I know.
You guys
Why
met.
would they have fame?
In their country, maybe.
You talking about Davy Crockett of the over there? Yeah.
Well,
Their Davy Crockett is so famous.
yeah, the key figures in the IRA is a huge thing, man.
Daniel Day-Lewis played in a movie.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I don't know
In the
what
name of the Father.
in the name of the
what
Father.
year he thinks this is.
You
This
remember
is
the
a
IRA?
current. This is not a
Wait,
Davy
there's-
Crockett. The IRA stuff there was car bombs going off 10 years ago.
I think it was more than 10 years ago.
10 years ago.
No.
10 years ago was.
20. I don't know.
I think it's like
I can't believe I'm caving.
Yeah.
10.
no. I think it's going to be. I think the IRA that stuff was like 90s. Was like the big IRA.
I think it was
car bombing.
wrapping up in the 90s.
Yeah.
All right, man.
Probably.
Yeah.
Still a pretty big deal.
No, it was a giant deal. It was
Yeah,
a
we
giant
just said
deal.
Bono, U2 was big in the 90s too.
Yeah, it's
I know
good.
they're still big now, but it's
Most of the hits were in the 90s, Nate.
but they're still a big band.
Yeah, they're big.
They were
man.
forced on our phone. I mean, that's how
Yeah.
big they were.
I know, man.
Yeah.
No, we didn't. That was a big mistake.
Mhm.
A lot of stuff gets forced on your phone, apps and music. You need to try Rocket Bunny to get rid of
I thought that's what you were doing. Bates would have done it with a straight face, but it was still nice work, man.
I'm so sorry. Try it free for 30 days. You've all heard that. You've all fallen for it. You subscribe and then you forget, and then you pay them every single month. With Rocket Money, you can change that with just a few quick taps. Rocket Money, formerly known as Truebill. I still call it that. I'm old school, but it's Rocket Money. It's a personal finance app that helps find and cancel your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps you lower your bills all in one place. Simply find the subscription you don't want, press cancel. Rocket Money will do all the legwork for you. No more long hold times with customer service, tedious emailing back and forth. Rocket Money makes canceling subscriptions as easy as a click of a button. Stop throwing your money away. Cancel unwanted subscriptions and manage your expenses the easy way by going to rocketmoney.com/Nate. That's rocketmoney.com/Nate. One more time, rocketmoney.com/Nate.
I bet you $800 if I did it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
The average is about over 200, I think.
Yeah.
Average person spending on stuff.
Join everything.
You forget about it.
Yeah.
I'll even put something on my calendar, cancel this, and then I just ignore it when it comes up.
Get Rocket Money.
Yeah.
Guinness beer, also doubling. It's big one there. When the guy created it in 1759, he signed a lease for $50 a year for 4 acres for 9,000 years. He had a 9,000 year lease. So they've since tore that up, but
they didn't honor it.
No. And the Guinness Book of World Records, of course, comes from there.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was
I don't know if that was an of course.
They did it to like a trivia game in pubs. You're right. The Guinness people.
It was a marketing thing.
They were like, we're going to put this little pamphlet in pubs so people have something to do in pubs.
Wow.
Yeah.
What do they have to do?
What do you mean?
Just read the book?
Well, no, it's just like like, hey, who's got the longest beard or whatever. They thought it'd be fun stuff to talk about. You didn't have phones, man.
No, I know, but I don't know. I don't like. It's just funny. What are they're putting in pubs to do? Like to break records or just to read about
just
the
to read
records?
about it.
Oh yeah,
something to do, something to talk about.
Yeah, yeah. I just don't understand what the.
There wasn't much to do back then.
Yeah.
I understand that.
Yeah.
I get that. But so they had the book. They already had the records. They were doing, so they go, let's go find a bunch of records.
Because it was to find a bunch of records.
And then we'll put it.
And it was about like, I don't know this totally, but I think the first thing was they got in an argument about what the fastest bird was at a bar. It was like something about the fastest bird, something to do with a bird. And they all argued about it. And they're like, man, these things probably come up all the time. We're going to make a book that that sort of talks about
to just settle all the arguments.
Yeah, to settle the arguments and have some stimulate conversations.
Oh, that's fun.
I think it was something about a plover. It's a plover.
Mm-hmm.
I don't, man.
What is a plover?
I think it's a type of bird.
It's the fastest bird.
I don't think it's the fastest bird.
Sounds like, did you have a bit about this?
I didn't have a bit. I was doing something for Bob and Tom. I do this segment about anything, and I was gonna do Guinness, but it was too boring, so I didn't do that segment.
Yeah.
But I remember it's got something to do with plover.
Well, I'm glad you thought to bring it up here.
Well, I didn't bring it up. It came up.
It came up naturally.
It came. I didn't just say, "Hey, I want to force my Guinness."
You put your trash bag of stuff that can't make Bob and Tom.
No, man. I mean, it's just we were talking about Guinness.
Yeah.
And am I right?
Yeah. It's the Duck Hawk, also known as the Peregrine Falcon. 200 miles an hour. Pretty fast.
That's fast.
Yeah.
That's fast. That's faster than that. Man,
that train.
That train that goes from Kansas. It's supposed to go to Kansas City to St. Louis.
The Hyperloop.
Hyperloop.
Ireland has no snakes.
Oh.
Yeah, because St. Patrick chased them all out.
St. Patrick got him out of there.
That's right. And this is this week's St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, yeah. This week?
Next week?
I'm there. Oh, I won't be in London, but
You'll be there the same week.
yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
man.
I bet there's going to be all kinds of stuff.
Lots of leprechauns.
I don't think it's as big. We made it into a party holiday.
I don't know.
It's a religious holiday.
Are you
you're
not taking Nick with you, are you?
No.
Nick would be worshipped there because I'm not even trying to be funny. I read this.
Man, you can't do that.
Yeah.
I know I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to be funny, but I'm not making this up.
No, those guys do work.
Come on, dude. That's not cool, man.
There's a Tanya Lee or something that was out in LA. Little person that was and I remember we were all out at St. Patrick's Day, and she was doing something, for St.
Uh-huh.
Patrick's
But
Day. And we were
that's
like, "What are
drunk-
you doing?" She's like, "Man, I'm getting a lot of money." For
That's drunk idiots. I think it's not like just drunk idiots. It's just kind of revered.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do they have snakes in like England and Scotland?
I think so.
You just can't cross that.
The Luck of the Irish. You guys ever heard The Luck of the Irish?
Yeah.
It was a great Disney Channel original movie.
Really?
Luck
Oh,
of the
yeah?
Irish. Yeah.
What was that about?
It's about a high school basketball player who finds out his family's Irish and he turns into a leprechaun. It was a great movie.
You got to suspend a little
Yeah,
disbelief.
it was a great movie.
Supposedly the term came from here in America when they were digging in the mines. The Irish people were the luckiest at finding gold and silver during the gold and silver
really?
rush. Yeah.
Okay.
So like these Irish are lucky.
Yeah.
All right.
I doubt they said it with that tone, but they're a little more angry about it.
So then you're going to Norway.
Yep.
Anybody know what currency they use?
I gotta use all these different currencies.
I know.
It's not a euro?
No?
They're
not part of the EU.
Flugenhagen. What is it called?
The krone.
Okay.
Oh, the crone, like Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
gotta do that. I'll get some crone.
Yeah. A 10 kroner.
Yeah.
It's pretty. Nobel Peace Prize is held in Oslo,
Oh,
Norway.
yeah,
maybe
that's
maybe
cool.
you'll win it.
Maybe I should.
What do you think you have realistically the best chance of winning?
The Nobel Peace Prize?
Yeah. No, not the Peace Prize. Which Nobel Prize? The Nobel Prize in what?
Yeah, in like
Physics.
comedy.
Yeah. Is there an arts one?
Is there an arts one?
There's a literature one. That's the one Bob Dylan won. You might have the highest chance of that.
yeah.
Or versus like peace. Peace is the only other one I think you got a shot at. No offense.
That I create peace.
Yeah.
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 Chemistry, I just don't see it. Yeah. No offense.
I might come up with something.
I don't see it, man.
I might come up with
I mean,
Economics or something.
He did
yeah.
that experiment with Pringles potato chips, and we learned some stuff there.
Yeah, the thing is, like, I don't think it was an experiment. It was you guys. Like,
Poured
I knew how it was going to come out.
It was an ambush, is what it was.
No, it's
Yeah.
you guys. It was basically I knew how it was going to come out.
Mhm.
There wasn't an experiment. There's guys down in Jackson, Tennessee that did those experiments 50 years ago, and they do them every week to make sure that those things go right.
That's where Pringles is made.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. The screen painting, one of the most famous paintings in the world, is at the museum there in Oslo.
Oh.
So there's like 4 different versions of the same painting. 2 of them have been stolen over time. The 1994 Winter Olympics was in Norway, and that same time when I think the opening ceremonies were going on, some people broke in and stole one of the screen paintings.
Wow, that's quite
So
a diversion.
they got it back?
They eventually got it back. Yeah. One of them broke in and left a note saying, thanks for the poor security. So they were,
Yeah.
I
Kinda messing
feel
with
like that's showing off a little bit.
yeah,
man.
why add insult to injury?
Yeah, act like you've been there.
a third of Norway is in the Arctic Circle, meaning that's why it's got the nickname Land of Midnight Sun. So
Oh, yeah, that's what I call it.
Oh, it's gonna be sunny the whole time?
not in Oslo, I don't think,
Yeah.
but I think the northern part.
Yeah. Well, I see the Northern Lights.
I think that's
That's a good
Alaska,
question.
isn't it?
Yeah. But
I think anywhere near the Arctic.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah,
Ocean?
it's anywhere near the top part of the world.
the North Pole.
That'd be good to see, man.
Oh, Oslo's there. So
Yeah.
I'll see it. I wonder if I'll see it.
no,
I won't be up high enough.
I don't think you're.
I'll look it up.
One more fact about Norway: women in Norway get 44 weeks of fully paid maternity leave.
Wow.
Wow.
Seems like the whole year.
Pretty
Is
much.
it? Basically,
It's close.
52 weeks is a
Oh,
year.
yeah.
Even men get 6 weeks of full paid paternity leave.
Oh yeah, to be yeah.
Oh, I got one more.
Shake the baby's hand. Welcome into the family.
Actually, I had a couple more here. World's longest road tunnels in Norway, 15 miles long.
Oh, that'll be fun,
Wow.
man. Yeah, that'd be scary. I think.
Yeah, I
think
don't
that would
like
be.
that.
I don't know if I could do that.
They put little things on the wall just to keep you from like getting mesmerized, and so it didn't all look the same.
Yeah.
Like lights, paintings, stuff like that,
Yeah. God.
just to get you sucked in.
I don't like those things.
I mean, you get in traffic and then you be in there for 2 hours.
Getting a rack in the middle of it?
I sat in the
you're
Lincoln
done.
Tunnel for at least an hour before.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's underwater? Is that under the Hudson?
Under the
Yeah.
Hudson, I think.
Oh, that's terrifying.
That
to
is
me.
terrifying.
Yeah.
It's not fun down there, man.
Yeah.
Everyone in Norway's their annual income tax paid, and total wealth is published. It's public record.
Everybody.
Yeah. They do it to try to cut down on tax fraud. They're like, if everybody knows what everybody makes and what everybody's claiming, then
Yeah. But that's like something like that's how big is just Norway?
Population.
It can't be. You're doing something like that. You can't be big.
Population of Norway is 5.4 million.
So what is it, like New
It's
York?
smaller than New York City.
It's like LA, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Smaller
Still,
than LA
man.
too.
Okay.
If you include the whole area.
Metro
yeah.
area.
Yeah.
It's a good looking flag, man.
Easy to draw.
Yeah.
Easier than ours.
Magnus Carlsen, you know who that is?
I do.
Is that
Greatest
the-
chess player of all time.
Wow.
I thought I thought I was one of those guys on ESPN that pull anchors.
Yeah, it sounds like
it. I feel like there is a Magnus.
World's
I think
strongest
that-
man?
Yeah, those guys they pull like anchors and stuff.
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
I actually think I've heard Noah Magnus.
Is there one of those guys
Like
named
I,
Magnus?
I don't know him, but like
Yeah,
I do think
there's
one
a-
of them names Magnus, and I
Okay.
feel like a famous one,
I think so
like
too.
one of the out of that world. Yeah.
I thought, man, I thought I was right on that one.
I would go with that more than I would the chess thing.
Yeah, I should ask you guys first. But he is the number one chess player in the world, and many think the greatest of all time.
Yeah.
Still very young.
He's
Oh,
just
really?
been so dominant.
Better than the
for so
Russian
long.
guy?
Yeah, better than Gorbachev. Well, not
No,
Gorbachev.
Kasparov.
Kasparov.
Yeah, Kasparov.
And Bobby Fischer.
Bobby Fischer.
Yeah.
Was Bobby Fischer really great, or is
He was unbelievable. He's just a lunatic. And this
Yeah.
guy can like hold it together. He's a
Yeah.
little weird, but he's like a normal person.
Yeah.
Way more normal than Bobby Fischer was.
so they think he's officially now the best.
And he's still so young and he's still just
Like what's so young? Like
he's
30,
younger
right?
than me, I
Yeah.
think. Yeah.
How good did that Josh Waitzkin kid get?
I don't know who that is.
I don't know.
He was the one in the movie searching for Bobby Fischer.
Oh,
So
that's
he's
a
a
great
year
movie.
older than me. He's 30, 32.
is he ever lost?
Yeah, you lose all the time.
Yeah.
The way these work is like you play a bunch of games and it's like best of 5 or whatever. So he'll lose, but he just dominates people. The reigning 5-time world chess champion.
He had the highest score, however to calculate that of all time.
High score what of a game?
Like some huge number that they used to, I don't know, understand chess.
It's like the
but
FedEx Cup, like a total.
I guess.
Yeah.
So then you go to Belgium.
Belgium.
They're back in the EU, so you can go back to using the
All
euro.
right. How many EUs am I getting to use?
I think 2.
Okay.
Or maybe, I guess 3.
Yeah.
3, you're going to 5 countries.
Yeah.
So crazy week.
Crazy week.
Yeah.
Belgium,
Belgium-
I hear, is great, man.
Yeah. I've heard great things. Salmon's great.
That's Ireland.
It's right there. That's where they're going to go. And I go, what, Dublin? He goes, yeah, Dublin's right there. I go, you get it from that same guy.
No, I would say, I mean, I don't know anything about Belgium other than waffles, right?
Yep.
And French fries. I think French fries are a big deal there.
I was about to say that. The French fry was actually invented in Belgium.
Ooh.
Yeah. I'm a big fry guy.
And they dip it in mayonnaise,
No way.
not ketchup.
I can do that.
Thank you.
Do you know what the
I bet
McDonald's?
they got some good, fun mayonnaise.
Yeah, man, I don't like that.
Do you know what the McDonald's quarter pounder is called in Belgium?
A halfie.
Man, if he's right.
That's a good guess. Anybody?
I got it pulled up right here. Is that it?
Well, that's the duck.
Oh, this is from the movie.
Well, in Pulp Fiction, they said Royale with cheese.
Yeah.
It's actually royal cheese because they don't have because they're on the metric system. So
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maestro Generous Jack Jr. These look good too.
How generous is it if it's a junior? That seems to be
Well, if they're already small,
Yeah.
yeah, they're already smaller.
Here's the Maestro Generous Jack.
yeah.
I got to see a Big Mac. 40%'s a lot.
And I think they're a lot healthier. They take out a lot of the ingredients that we use.
Oh yeah,
It's
that
the
probably
one and
probably
only.
it's all organic, you know?
They just, McDonald's guy points. That's what, everywhere I'm going to go in this country, I'm be like,
Man,
I go, what is it, Big Mac good?
Yeah.
Just points at a man outside.
Cutting grass.
Just cutting, and he goes,
like a
And he
really
goes, that guy, that's the Big Mac kid. He goes,
personal
That's
story
what
from
he's
my
doing.
family. It's a tender moment with, and then
Well.
just get teed off on for that, man. I hope you don't get salmon, Nate.
yeah.
I hope you don't, man. I hope you don't
I'm gonna get it.
I hope they don't get any
I'm
salmon.
going to get it for the
you.
Warrens.
Belgium,
They
60%.
got married.
Switzerland.
Some reason got married in Switzerland and moved to Missouri.
My dad was in the Air Force. My mom was
Okay.
traveling around.
That
over
makes
there.
sense.
Yeah.
They met there?
They met in Europe. Yeah.
Are they both from America?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mom's from St. Louis, dad from Long Island.
Oh,
Yeah.
I could see that. You got a mix of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know how I have a mix of Long Island.
Yeah. No, you got a mix of like,
I
You got the
Southern
St.
New
Louis
York.
charm. You got the edge of
You
Long
got the
Island.
yellow
Yeah.
edge of,
Yeah.
You're not going to put up with a lot. Yeah.
I've been putting up with you.
That's true.
Making fun of a very important moment in my family for the
Yeah.
last 20 minutes.
The salmon moment was a big deal. The one,
Yeah.
Y'all have your own screen painting. It's just a
Yeah.
guy
It's-
pointing out to
my
the
dad,
sea.
My dad's told that story 15 times.
Mhm.
He said, "How is the seafood fresh?"
It's crazy. He's only told it 15 times.
In Belgium, 60% speak Dutch, also
Wow.
called Flemish. The other 40% speak French.
Oh,
So that could be a
we're
tough
in
show.
trouble.
So you
That's
lose
good.
it.
Yeah, that could be tough.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know either one?
No, no,
No.
I don't know English good.
He knows agua and
Yeah, yeah.
and then you go to the Netherlands. You go to Amsterdam,
Ooh.
which I've been to.
Yeah.
Also called Holland, and they speak Dutch.
Mm.
So there's the red light district.
Yeah.
Go check that out. Which I'll walk through there.
I don't know if we're gonna walk through there.
No, you got your daughter with you.
Yeah.
Right?
It's yeah. You probably shouldn't walk through with Harper, but it's not
Yeah.
like some crazy thing. It's like a tourist thing now.
It's like Broadway
Yeah.
here in Nashville.
It's kind of yeah.
Yeah.
The Anne Frank house.
We're going to that. Harper's very excited about Anne
Really?
Frank. She's
Yeah.
she's reading a lot about Anne
Oh,
Frank
really?
now.
The diary?
Oh,
and all that?
that's
Yeah.
cool.
Oh, that's cool. And that's in Belgium?
Yeah, it's great because
Amsterdam.
we're going, and she's like, right, like she just learned
Oh,
all, like
man.
so. Yeah,
That's
she knows a lot about her.
Well, that'll be fun.
Mm-hmm.
And Van Gogh Museum.
Mm-hmm.
Vincent Van Gogh's from Amsterdam.
Yeah. His ears there.
thing.
Yeah, I got jokes about the Anne Frank house and Van Gogh Museum.
Yeah,
Anne Frank jokes?
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
He's got 10 minutes on it.
and then they're like the tulip capital. So there's a huge.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
The,
It's a big deal there, man.
it is.
Yeah. Come on, man.
so
I am excited. I think that would be pretty cool to see.
You know the flower? They
Yeah.
have a festival. Were we just talking about that?
Yeah, the last
yeah.
episode.
Yeah.
It's the Kuchenhof. It's the Garden of Europe, and then we went there as well, and it's very beautiful. Well, there it is.
Wow.
Very
Oh,
beautiful.
look at that, man.
That's pretty nice.
Yeah, you got to
dude.
go to that.
I'm sorry
Nate.
I laughed.
You got
So
to go
there's
to
a
that.
bunch of like, so what, like we go to Anne Frank house, and there's like a lot of stuff to go see, like around in Amsterdam.
I mean, it's beautiful. There's a lot of canals and
Yeah.
Yeah.
water running all through
Yeah.
the city.
Bridges and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think Amsterdam's where we're at the longest, maybe 3
That's what
days or
Laura
You
said.
got to
something.
go see those tulips.
Yeah,
They're-
but I mean, it's like I'm sitting here like, what am I going to go see at Amsterdam? I know I'm not trying to say there's nothing to go see for 3 days, but like if it's, if you're in London, you're like, oh yeah, there's like I'd go see a million things.
Mhm.
You're like, we're going to Anne Frank house, and then you see these tulips, and then you
Windmills of some
Van
kind.
Gogh.
Yeah.
Yeah, windmills are big.
Yeah.
The tulips are a little bit out of the city. I feel like it was like
Yeah.
an hour or two, ride
Oh.
out of the city.
Then I'll go to Van Gogh,
Yeah.
and then then it's like what else am I doing after that?
I mean, we did each of those at a separate day, and then we just walk around the city. You go into little shops, and I don't know, the time kind of goes quickly.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I would just think, I've never been to Europe, but I would think just the architecture alone,
yeah.
just old buildings
Mm-hmm.
that,
In Amsterdam, everyone rides bicycles. There's more bicycles there than people.
Wow,
So
they have a population problem.
'cause some people own more than one bicycle.
It's like us with guns, right? Because it's the same stat. Everyone's
Yeah.
we have more guns than people. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, we got a little more control over here.
And then you
There
fly.
goes- that is very funny. Though.
Yeah.
You go, what are y'all gonna do in war? They're throwing their bikes at us for like, all right. It's annoying. It's like we got to fight in Amsterdam. You're like, I'll tell you what, it's annoying because the bike does hurt when it hits you. But
Do you guys
It's
know
not-
anything about Anne Frank?
I've read her book.
yes.
No.
Do you remember? I mean, one person lived.
Her father.
Her dad lived
Yeah.
till like the 80s.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
until pretty recently.
It's kind of crazy that of all the family members, I mean, he's the only one that made it.
Yeah, I mean, so she would have been alive now.
She'd
Maybe.
be very old,
Yeah.
but I guess it's possible.
Yeah, she'd be pretty old, man.
Oh,
Probably over
he died in
100.
1980. Oh, yeah.
When did she die?
She died during World War II,
Okay.
1945.
Oh, wow.
She was born in 1929.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So
so
she'd be
she's been in her 90s.
yeah.
Yeah.
She could still be.
She's
That's
94.
It's
Yeah.
pretty crazy. And she just died from. I mean, she was being held, but like they didn't murder her. She just died from dysentery or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was born the
That probably
same
happened a
year
lot,
Martin
though.
Luther King was. Crazy.
It's kind of crazy to think he could still be alive.
Yeah, totally.
Wow. Yeah. I'm pumped. We're in it right now.
Yeah.
It's kind of fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're there.
I'm there.
You're looking at tulips.
Looking at tulips. Hey, do you want to go see the tulips again?
I'd go twice.
I'd go. Yeah, no, it's going to be, I'm very excited. And I'm excited for Harper to see. I'm excited to see her see. I mean, I'll see this stuff for the first time, but I'm excited for her to see
Oh, yeah.
like all this kind of crazy stuff. Like
man.
just another country.
How old is
it's
she?
Like 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just,
Like,
Almost 11.
yeah, almost 11.
I was just about that age, maybe a slight older when we went to DC, and I, was interested in it. And
Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
I'll never forget that.
Yeah, I didn't get to go to. We never traveled really anywhere, just because it was just harder. We didn't come from money like you, and
Yeah. My dad with that teacher coach
we know-
empire. That he,
we know what's going on over there. So you got it built up in the Air Force Empire, then you swing over and get the
yeah.
wrestling money back in the
Yeah.
70s,
Oh,
dude.
yeah,
you guys
man.
were
They
loaded.
were paying high school wrestling
Yeah.
coaches crazy
Yeah,
money.
yeah. Still do. No, they're it was like, I mean, you just didn't travel. Like traveling was not as big of an option,
Mhm.
I feel like, back then.
Oh, she'll remember this for the rest of her life. I got to think
Yeah.
the fries, man. Does she like fries?
Mm-hmm.
That would be a big.
Yeah.
I can't wait to hear about the fries in Belgium.
Yeah. Yeah.
They had back in the East Village. They had like a Belgian fry place over there on like Second Ave or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm excited for her to see it. And then
Man, they don't look like.
and I'll go see it. Yeah.
Those just look like.
Yeah.
fries.
We'll be busy. I mean, it'll be just like pew, 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 and then just come right back and then just, so it'll be nice to be kind of like too, like just us over there. Like we just, do our own little thing,
Mhm.
just a little adventure together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if the local comics will come out.
Oh yeah. I don't know. I hope so. I mean, I think I got locals on every show.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
I'm not
man.
taking anybody. It's just me.
Yeah, so you got
Yeah.
openers from Oslo.
Yep.
And, yeah. Oh, that's really cool,
Yep.
man.
So yeah, I'm pumped. In London, I think they do the break, intermission.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's just a thing there.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. All right. We're easing in. This episode felt quiet.
It does now, but we were rolling for a while.
Yeah, man. It was a lot. It was a lot to
It
process.
teetered off.
I mean, I ended on Anne Frank. That's always a good way to
Yeah, man.
end the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we know we are. This week I'll be at Stand Up Live in Huntsville with Angela Johnson. Those shows are sold out, but April 2nd I'll be headlining Stand Up Live in Huntsville. So,
wow.
Oh, nice.
so come to those shows
Yeah.
or that show.
I'm at Zany's tonight in Nashville, March 15th. And then I'm in St. Louis all weekend, March 17th and 18th. So come on out.
Yeah, go see that, man.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give you
Yeah.
a list of stuff you can
Yeah, please do.
I won't be around, but
Yeah. Give me a list of stuff to go do. Arch.
yeah.
Salmon,
Yeah. Salmon.
Mississippi River.
No, man. No, I'm not, I don't. I hope you don't get salmon.
I'm only going to get salmon.
I got that special coming out in April.
Yeah,
in April.
sir.
Yep. Yeah. We're about a month out. So you go to Greg Warren's website, gregwarren.com.
Comedy.com.
GregWarrenComedy.com. Check all that stuff out. I'm over there 15th. Where am I at right now? If I'm on the 15th. I go the 8th. I'm in Amsterdam.
15th, you're in Amsterdam. You have a show that night.
Yeah.
You have a show tonight
Yeah.
Tonight.
in Amsterdam.
In Amsterdam. And that's my last show. I'm doing my last show tonight.
And then you're doing the tourist stuff after you're done?
Yeah, we're not staying too much longer, but it's like, we're doing, Laura has it all set up. I don't really know. I don't really know what else there is. But Laura has it set up. But yeah, so we're there. But yeah, we're going to get a couple days, a good 9 days before a big run starts. Melbourne, Florida, Tallahassee. Come to that one. PNC Arena in Raleigh. That's actually
nice.
doing that's like pretty. I don't know. It's not sold out, but it's a ton of people. These are all like 5,000-6,000 some people.
Crazy.
Oh, Pittsburgh. Look at that,
That's
man.
where the Penguins play.
Yeah, I've been there. That place is
Yeah.
cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
And PNC's where the Hurricanes play.
Yeah, the Hurricanes. Yeah, Charleston Coliseum, Covelli Center, Youngstown, Ohio. That's where Vecchione's from. He's not there. He's somewhere that weekend,
bummer.
somewhere else. But yeah, I wish it. Then Freedom Hall, Civic Center, Johnson City, Bridgestone Arena, and then it's all on there.
Yeah.
It's everywhere.
Jeez
Everywhere.
Louise.
All right. We love you. And as always, we'll see you next week. I think all four will be back.
I think Aaron's gone, actually.
Oh.
I'm gone. I'm here next week.
Oh, you are?
Oh, no, I'm not.
All right.
Sorry.
Okay.
All right. Well, we love you and hope you have a great rest of the week. See you next week. Bye.
See you.
Nateland is produced by Nateland Productions and by me, Nate Bargatze, and my wife Laura on the Audio Boom platform. Recording and editing for the show is done by Genovations Media. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to catch us next week on the Nateland Podcast.